Hello, welcome everyone. I am RxOliver, these are my friends, and we are playing The Electric State. This is Into the Dust, Chapter 1, Angel in the Machine. I'm here with an amazing, very special cast and crew tonight. We've got Brutally Honest is back. Chris Kidd is flexing. Look at that. Fucking impressive. We've got Martin, and back in the Games Master seat, Mr. Phil I Am. We are also broadcasting live on twitch.tv/Brotherhood of the Dice, and I'm Chris Kidd, so thanks very much for tuning in. If you're tuning in there, appreciate you. We're going to get introduced to our game, and then we'll introduce our characters in a minute after that. Our Games Master, Phil, is going to take it away from here. Phil, take it away, sir.
Yep. Okay. Thank you, sir. So just going to run through the character sheets before, and then we'll just kind of launch into the game rather than like, kind of breaking the immersion kind of thing. So it's Electric State. It uses the Year Zero engine, similar system to like Alien, all the Free League games, if you're familiar with them. If you're not, then I'm not going to explain that. Your character sheets have got 3 tabs on them. You've got main tab, which has got your 4 ability scores. You've got strength, agility, wits, and empathy. That's the only stats you've got. Anytime you're making a test, it's going to be using one of those 4 things. Sometimes you might have a talent. So, like for instance, Erica has the Technobabble talent, which allows her to when she rolls. She allows her to roll for wits instead of empathy when she's trying to convince someone that involves complex technical matters. So that basically gives her a bonus, a bonus roll, or in this case, it allows her to roll wits instead of empathy. But some talents will give you extra dice. It'll say like you get +2. So anytime it says +2 or -2 or whatever, that's adding or subtracting dice from the roll. So when you click on the name of an ability score, it'll open up a window. It'll tell you the strength of that roll. It'll tell you a subtitle. There's a drop-down box that you can add a tension bonus if you've got tension with anybody, which we'll come to in a minute. And then there's another box underneath that where you can add any dice modifiers if you need to. If you've got equipment will give you a bonus. So if you're attacking somebody, it would be a strength check. If you had a club, the club would probably add some kind of bonus dice. When you roll, you basically need a 6. So long as you've got one 6, you've succeeded at what you need to do. On rare occasions, you might need multiple successes. If you fail, you can push the roll like you can in Alien. You basically re-roll all the dice that didn't roll a 1 or a 6. But if you push the roll and you've rolled any 1s, then you lose hope, which is kind of your like mental stability. If you lose all of your hope, then you have a mental breakdown. So all the stats work, like I say, they work pretty much the same. So you've got health. You don't have a lot of health. You've also got a stat that's called Bliss, which I'm not going to go into that at the moment. That's basically like an addiction. Your level of addiction to the virtual world. If your bliss level ever exceeds your hope level, then you become trapped in the virtual world. But we'll go into that if it comes up. Oh, then you've got a gear tab which lists all your equipment, and then you've got a journey tab which lists your goal, which is, at least to start with, is private. It's secret. And you've also got a threat. Every character has a goal, something they're trying to achieve, and they've got a threat, which is something like some nasty secret they've got. At the top, you've also got a dream and a flaw. So they're kind of like role-playing guidelines. But if you bring your dream into play, if you do something that works towards fulfilling your dream, it will gain you experience at the end of a session. If you use your flaw in a way that endangers everybody, you'll get experience for that at the end of the session as well. Yeah, I think that'll do for now, to be honest. There are so you got, like I mentioned, hope. There's various ways of getting hope back. So everybody's got a favorite song. Once per day, if you listen to your favorite song, you get your hope back. There's various other things that you can get your hope back with. Reading a book, having sex, taking drugs, getting drunk, whatever. Something that kind of lifts your mood can potentially get you hope back. But so you can do those kind of things once a day, and that will get each of those will get you one hope back. There's also a thing that we were talking about off stream called tension. So there's tensions between everybody has tensions between the other members of the group, which can have a rating from 0 to 2. So the higher the rating, the more visible the tension is. So, for instance, if you hated one of the other party members and you had a rating of 1 in that, it would kind of be hidden. You'd feel that emotion towards the person, but it wouldn't be out in the open. It kind of something like, kind of you kept under control. But if it gets to level 2, then it becomes more overt. It becomes obvious, and everybody is aware of it. You can role play these situations. They're more like the kind of role play triggers that allow, if you're in social situations, you can play these out and try and reduce these tensions, and these produce other ways of you to regain your hope. So you don't have to, if you have a situation where you're role playing these interactions between each other, you don't have to say, right, I'm going to do this to try and lower my tension. You can be role playing a situation out, and other people in the group can say, I think what you've done there is gonna resolve that tension. Of course, the opposite can happen. If you have an argument with somebody, it can raise tension. So tensions can be positive or negative. It can be like, it can be love and hate. They're the most extreme examples. So with that in mind, before we go any further, I want each of you to we'll leave it a bit, because you need to know a little bit about the other characters before you can do that. So that'll do for the explanations now. Anything else? Anybody's got any questions? Just ask. Lex we'll talk it through. As things come up, we'll go through them. Everybody good with that?
All good.
Okay.
My favourite songs are really good. Did anyone else get a really good favourite song? I really like mine.
If you don't like your favourite song, feel free to change it. The only restriction is it must be from 1997 or before, because otherwise it hasn't happened. Right. Okay. So we'll go into it, and we'll introduce a few more bits as we go along. Bear with me. I've got a rather lengthy intro. Okay. So when did it all start? Back in the 1960s, maybe, with the mapping of the human neural network, the foundation of the field of neuronics. Maybe it was the Civil War in 1975 that lasted almost 10 years and tore America apart, or the countless conflicts erupting around the world. The wars were in many ways related to the scientific field of neuronics, the knowledge of how to mimic the human brain through technology. Neuronics let people control drones by being connected to neurocasters, an amalgamation of chemicals, the drug known as neurin, and high-tech helmets inside a plastic casing that essentially put their minds inside the drones. Maybe it was the collapse of the global village after the war, leading countries to become increasingly isolationist, while technological corporations maintained, even extended, their global reach. Or maybe it was the proliferation of the neurocasters that allowed people to assume the identity of an avatar in a neuroscape, a realm inside the network, a hyper-reality. but the companies who control the neuronics control the world. Most prominent is Sentry, who develops the neurocasters and builds the neurographic towers that can be seen all over Pacifica. But it was after the big update just a year ago, Mode 6, that's when things got weird. Now it's 1997 and the world is falling apart. But not in the way a bomb takes down a building, in a way decades of neglect take down an entire city. Extinction is the slow rolling apocalypse. The proverbial frog in the increasingly hot water. And us? We're the tourists, for the most part, wanting the best photo for the end of the world. Yeah, the apocalypse is real, and there is no going back. What is, what has been, is about to be obliterated. In some cities, the fall is still possible to deny. People can make believe that life goes on as normal, even as the systems they depend on, food, transit, energy, fail around them. In Pacifica, what used to be California, hard blown winds scour windows dull so the outside takes on a fuzzy, nebulous quality. Abandoned houses are filling up with sand that keeps blowing in through open doors and broken windows like some ironic hourglass. Places that were once affluent suburbs now lay abandoned, nothing more to mark vanished humanity than a plastic inflatable duck floating in the moss at the bottom of a once pristine pool. Many citizens are nothing but gaunt, skeletal shadows of themselves, starving to death because their only need now is the neurographic landscapes where no sand covers homes, no cities lay abandoned, and America inside the neuroscape is a golden utopia. Some say there is something alive inside the neurographic network, something using human minds and bodies for some secret agenda. Some say that horrible creatures of metal and meat roam the landscape. Some call them neuronic ghosts, phantasms, but more swear they are real. Also, there are human monsters, militias, cults, bands of looters who will slit your throat for a can of food or a gallon of gas. Beyond the facade of the cities, rural communities are subjugated by heavily armed doomsday preachers commanding people to atone before the end, and in desolate farms, techno-cults indulge in hideous bloodletting rituals, cruel sacrifices, and bizarre acts of violent debauchery. In the absence of real hope, people cleave to the next best thing, and everyone is looking for something. So, I think it's time to introduce the characters. So if you can give, in turn, if you can give us a physical description, tell us about your characters' dreams and their flaws as well. What they may, what they have told the others, the people in your party. How do you feel about the other travelers? Why are you taking this trip? What has drawn you together as a group? And who is the driver and owner of the vehicle that you are in? And where is everybody sitting? What music are you listening to? What are you doing right now? All those things I want to know. So, who's going to volunteer, or am I going to point at somebody?
I'll go first. I'll volunteer.
Excellent.
So, I am William Willie Carbone. I'm a 16-year-old kid. A runaway kid. Ran away from my foster parents. My foster parents are useless. I ended up in foster care because my parents got addicted to their neurocasters. And then my foster parents just ended up getting addicted to their neurocasters as well. So I just gave up on the system that had already gave up on me, and I ran away. And I'm a runaway, and that's why I'm here with you people. My threat, the big threat, the big problem for me is that there's the social worker looking for me. Am I not supposed to tell them? No?
The threat, your goal and your threat are secret.
All right, okay. The threat's secret, right? Okay.
Your dream and your flaw you can
Forgive
share.
me. Right. So I guess my dream, my dream is just to belong to to belong. I've never had a proper family. My parents never gave a fuck about me, and then these foster parents pretended to give a fuck about me for a paycheck, and then they didn't give a fuck about me, and I've just ended up abandoned on my own. I'm only 16 years old, so my dream is just to have a family or like a group of people that I belong in, I guess. The flaw is I am overeager because I've got the enthusiasm of a child. I'm only 16, so everything's new for me, and I've just got the absolute enthusiasm and naivety, I guess, of a young teenager. And I can be quite annoying for those who are a bit cynical or grumpy or curmudgeonly, because I'm just a bit energetic and a bit of a typical teenager. Annoying if you don't like teenagers. That's me.
Okay. So it's a good idea to pay attention to these descriptions, because these might give you sort of hints for your tensions between.
And don't read
characters.
your threat. Don't read your threat. You should have said that
okay,
before I started reading, Phil.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah. Don't. Your goal and your threat are. Your threat you certainly keep secret. Your goal and your threat start off being secret. Whether you reveal them as you go on is something else. But certainly at the start, that's a secret.
All these guys are all expert players. They'll all just pretend they never heard that.
Okay, so who's going to go next?
Any volunteers?
You called me out. Oh, here.
Go on then, Chris.
So my name's Francis. I'm a veteran. My dream is to lose the memories of the war. And my favorite song is "We Gotta Get Out of This Place" by the Animals, because you know, war.
Never changes.
That is a dramatic stare, by the way, just in case you didn't know. That was a
I don't know. I didn't know if it was going to be a what is it good for or a never changes. I just was waiting.
What else did you want me to share about myself?
Maybe a physical description. Why are you taking this trip?
Okay. So I'm 18. I joined the Civil War, and do I really want to tell these guys why?
It's up to you. You don't know. It's up to you how much.
Yeah. I'm just on this trip because I just needed to get away. Just don't really want to, be about anymore. Didn't like my old job. So yeah. That's pretty much it.
Okay, no worries. But I'll do. So, Brew?
All right. I'm playing Erica, who is a probably small build, 30-year-old, red-headed, resting bitch face chick. Worked in pharmaceuticals. Got a nice scientific background. STEM was always a passion. I crave to understand human nature and kind of what drives people, what makes people tick. Really, my work is important to me, so a lot of other things take the back burner if it's not work. And I'm on this trip because I just I feel like there's more out there, and I gotta find it.
Okay, cool. And finally, Martin.
Yeah, I'm playing Nancy Alvarez. She, I'm guessing from reading her info, I think she's about 19, so don't fucking like hanging out with some old people. I don't know if they'll get us cancelled, but I think she'd be saying the 90s slur that sounds like Speedo a lot. But I don't know if you can say that. So I'm just gonna say Speedo. Yeah, she's 19. She's definitely the type of girl that the male players would like. in real life, not maybe as in this. She is got long dark hair, lots of bohemian jewelry on, lots of dark eyeshadow, big earrings. Looks, yeah, I think she's kind of I don't know, embracing the Native American style that was in the 90s. You know what I mean? She's definitely seen Buffy, if that's out yet. I don't know if 1997 is the right thing.
Buffy's out in 97, yeah.
She's definitely seen Buffy, and I did check the Craft's definitely out, and she's called Nancy, so she has rewatched the Craft like 25 times because the girl's called Nancy, and she's definitely given me a Nancy vibe. She loves bands like The Cure and Sisters of Mercy. And I thank God you had Sister Mercy because I know one of their songs, which is My Corrosion, which is one of my favorite songs. So, but she is a loner. She doesn't really like people that much. She definitely probably got into this car because she was just like, I guess these guys look like I could take him if I had to. Like she is not worried by, they don't creep her out enough, but she loves smoking. That is her hobby as well, and she's got a massive bag of books and a Walkman that she's always listening to. She zones out a lot. She will literally just stop talking to people mid-sentence and turn the music on, and she is always looks like she's journaling a lot into a book, like when in between conversations or looking around. Oh, and there's one thing I need to ask Phil. So Phil, it says on my sheet, she was indentured to Sentry. Is that like a special curricular program?
So she was basically a modern day slave.
Oh, okay.
So basically in debt, working, put into debt, and working it off.
Okay, that makes sense. That she would not. So she's escaped from them. So she's not happy about that.
Yeah. One thing worth noting about Nancy as well is she is the one person in the group that does not own a Neurocaster. She is not, and is not necessarily a fan of Neurocasters.
She's pure, not like you, massive punks.
I think William's got a wee bit of crush on Nancy.
That's one thing worth mentioning. So everybody, more so Nancy, but everybody, all of you, are not like most people. Although you own Neurocasters and you do use them, you are much more wary about using them.
Especially with what they did to my parents.
Yes, exactly. It's where so before on the topic of Neurocasters as well. That is Chris's fine beard.
That is a fine beard.
On the topic of Neurocasters. So like I said before, they're not. It's like a virtual reality helmet, but it's not like the virtual reality helmets that we have now. They don't have screens inside. It's a big helmet, got a long sort of kind of nose on it, and it's full of electronics. But it's also it also utilizes a drug, a narcotic called neurin, which allows the brain to interface with electronics. Unfortunately, it sounds a lot like urine.
That makes sense, and that's why I've got a Walkman and not a CD player, because I was like, why has she got a Walkman in the late 90s? Is she poor? I'm like, maybe she's like, she don't want to get involved with all this new tech, right? Okay, like it.
But yeah, so and neurin is the thing that causes is the catalyst for the addiction. A lot of Chris's character will know that a lot of soldiers in the Civil War that operated drones, they came out of the Civil War being addicted to neurin. But anyway, so that's a little bit about that.
That's how they fought the war, wasn't it? With Neurocasters, people using Neurocasters to then control drone robots.
Yeah, so initially the war was fought traditionally, but companies like Sentry like developed the Neurocasters, and then in turn that progress to like building these huge drones, like not just like like what you'd traditionally expect, like big robots, but huge flying ships as well. And the lots of these drones litter the landscape of the country now, because when the most of them are that big that they just left them, and the wrecks just lying everywhere. Most of the stuff, all the valuable stuff, the power supplies and everything, was stripped out, and the kind of holes, the wrecks of these things litter the landscape of the entire country. So you'll often see these lying around. But anyway, so necessity and perhaps a little bit of fate has brought the four of you together, your mismatched group of travellers, and pooling together what meagre resources you had for whatever reason, has afforded you a full tank of gas. But that is not going to get you all the way to the exclusion zone, which is one common goal that you all share, to reach the exclusion zone. In the boot of the car is an empty jerry can, a baseball bat, and one of the following things, which you can decide as a group what it is. So it can either be a set of general tools that can be used for general repairs, a set of like car tools for repairing vehicles. It can be a first aid kit. It can be a bottle of hard liquor. It can be a pair of binoculars, a pain reliever, like a EpiPen type thing, a crowbar, or a sleeping bag. So you can decide amongst yourselves which one of those things is in the car.
First aid kit.
We're not allowed one each.
No.
First aid kit and toolkit were both sounding really good until this 16-year-old rebel runaway kid heard a bottle of hard liquor.
Yeah, I think first aid kit, because I'm not that bothered.
Sensible player me says first aid kit or toolkit. Character wants the hard liquor. Character wants to lose his virginity and have the worst hangover ever.
Well, you'll be having it with the older lady who I've got my first slur ready to call Erica as soon as we start role playing. Oh, we're in the 90s. Not like it's
We
not
didn't even set tension yet. Damn, there's already one for that.
I'm gonna say slur the right word. That sounds a bit racist. Like a diss. A diss. That's 90s. I'm gonna diss you.
So yes, that's good. That's a good point. So so is that what you're going with? You're going with first aid kit?
I think it's
Is
sensible.
that the consensus? Or are you good?
Just to fuck Martin over, I want the hard bottle or the hard liquor.
I wanted the sleeping bag, but I don't think I'm gonna get a fucking vote
Did
here.
you say your character was 18, Chris?
Yeah.
So if we get the hard liquor, Bruce
mine's
character's the
not.
only one that's allowed to drink it.
Well, I'm 19.
Yeah, and we're in
so my
America.
character's drunk.
Yeah, we're in America, mate. You're not allowed to drink till you're 21. So
Yeah, well, my
Legally, but that doesn't stop people.
well, it is the apocalypse, I suppose. It is the apocalypse. So, it's kind of the last thing you're going to think about is the drinking laws.
She's calling you a nerd straight away when you're like, well, we're not legal enough to.
This
She's like,
30-year-old
"Nerd."
scientist woman is calling me a nerd. Fuck's sake. Get the bottle of liquor. We're going to get drunk on our first night, and I'm going to lose my virginity to a 30-year-old woman.
Listen, I missed the memo that we were creating juveniles, and now I feel like the pedo from our lives.
You're definitely. I think the car's probably yours. If you're 30 and we're all teenagers, I think the car's probably yours, eh?
Yeah, it's definitely your cars.
Oh,
Yeah, you guys got Amber Alerts out.
It's Chris. Your character would have to be a little bit older than 18 because the Civil War started in 1975, and it ended in 1985. So it's probably.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, I read that wrong. I joined at 18. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm a liar. Yeah, I'm about 20.
You are a Speedo fan.
So yeah, it's going to be at least 28.
Aye.
It's wrong. It's wrong, man.
So it could be
It's wrong.
Francis's car as well, to be fair.
It could. So yeah. So you need to. So whose car is it? Is it It's going to be probably likely to be Erica's
not my
or it's
car.
going to be Francis? Oh, okay, it's Erica's car.
And women, women can't drive. though.
No, they can't.
Wow.
This is a known fact.
I have the keys, but it's not my car.
Maybe I stole a
So
car.
this might not be your normal car, Erica. It might be one that you've got through necessity.
Right. Okay.
Because it is a bit of a shit tip, this car. But we'll come to that in a moment. So, with that out of the way, sorry, did we say it was a first aid kit then, or a bottle of liquor in the boot?
I don't mind, honestly. Whatever.
Roll a 4-sided dice, Chris.
Okay. How the
should,
fuck did I do
One
that?
or two will be liquor.
Don't let Chris do it. He'll just make up a random item in his head. Don't give him this power.
You have reduced bliss. How do I roll?
There's a dice tray on the bottom.
There's not, because you've got the...
Dice.
He's got all the shit. He's got.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Sorry. We'll move to this then. Move to this map. There we go.
There you go, dice tray now.
Now I can see where a dice is.
So is it 1 and 2 is the bottle of liquor, 3 or 4 is the first aid kit?
There's a dice tray at the bottom.
Come on.
Apparently. That's a command.
Bottom right.
I
There's
can play
little
a card.
dice icons.
Yeah, click the shapes, Chris.
There's I don't.
I'll get it, mate. I'll get
So
it.
you have to expand your chat. So click the chat bubble in the top right.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Go right now.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's D6. Don't want one of those. Fuck
They'll do.
shit.
1 to 3, 4 to 6.
Nah. We made the roll
There we
on a
go.
D4.
All
right, it's the med pack.
It's the first
It's
aid
them.
kit.
Okay,
The disappointment
first
is real.
aid
Everyone's
First
gutted.
aid kits.
We got the most sensible, best option, and everyone's gutted. I
Okay,
wanted
so
the
we got
booze.
first aid kits in the trunk. It can be used 3 times. So, let me just add the passengers to the car. So we've got Erica.
There's a sheet for the car, isn't
and
there?
we've got Francis. There is a sheet for the car. Yeah, in the characters, you should see it's a 1993 Buick Roadmaster.
It's a POS. Look at it. It's a fucking skip on wheels, man. It's an
It is a piece of shit.
It is a bucket.
I'll show you how much of a piece of shit it is in a minute. So, who is driving?
Me. America, I can drive at
You're not
16.
You can't, but it's Erica. So I guess Erica would have the say on who's driving
Nah, I'm
since
not
it's her
driving.
car.
I'm in the back listening to
I would say
Nirvana.
Francis since he's driven in war.
Okay, there we go. So everybody else is in the passenger. I would say Erica is in the passenger seat up front, and Nancy and William on the back seat. Up to no good. Right. Okay. So.
Oh no, Nancy's already put a line. It's like, if you move over this line, I will stab you with a knife. Because she knows what 16-year-olds are like.
Erica
So-
just looks back to give Nancy a scowl as Nancy's sitting in her booster seat.
So now you know a little bit about each other. I want you to come up with a tension for just 2 of the 3 other characters. You need to come up with a tension.
Right, okay, easy. Because
So if you go to the journey, go to your character sheet onto the journey tab, and like I say, you'll see the names of the other 3 people in your group. You just click on the little pencil, and there's a little window that opens up, and you just type away in the description box. Just a brief, only 1 or 2 words to describe what that tension is, and then set a level for it.
when you try to set it, when I've changed
we
the
to
one
another
for
person.
Nancy, it's taken her name off it. It's removed her name.
Okay.
And when in the target of tension
Yeah.
drop down box isn't working.
Okay. So write the description, and I'll put the and you tell me who it is, and I'll put the name back because it's a bit. I think it's a bit buggy sometimes. That.
I can only see me. Under travelers.
Oh yeah, you can only see you on the journey tab of your character sheet.
Oh, there's a journey tab, right? Okay. Oh, and then I write attention in here.
Yeah. So you click on the little pencil next to the person you want to have attention with. The little plus and minus buttons set the level. And so just pick 2 people, come up with a tension, and it can be level 1 or level 2.
I've done one of mine. I don't know if it's saved. Does it have to press like save, or does it just automatically?
It should
save?
it should automatically. I can. Oh, it's
There you
Yeah,
go,
mine's done. And then
It's deleted names off them for some reason, but I've added one for Francis and one for Nancy.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I can see that. I've seen yours are done, Martin.
I've just got. We've got to do 2 each, right? So I just need to do one for the other person.
I did Nancy is hot because he's a 16-year-old boy and she's a 19-year-old girl and she smokes and she listens to cool music, so I obviously think she's hot. And I've done Francis is hiding something.
Okay. There we go. So yeah, I'll put the names back on. You should be able to see the names.
Yeah, that
again
has
now.
worked. Can you put the name on the one that's got 0 as well, just so it's there?
Yeah. If it continues to be a problem, then just make a journal page and just write in a journal thing instead.
Thank you.
All my names have gone apart from Nancy because.
Oh, okay. What was the name of the other one?
The William is the one at the bottom.
Okay, cool. Done that one. Put it back for you.
Are you
For mine as well.
telling us what your tension for me is, or are you not?
If it's level 2, don't forget, if it's level 1, then it's kind of hidden. It's not other people aren't aware of it. If it's level 2, then everybody is aware of it.
All
So
right.
feel free to share any level 2 ones.
I want to share my one with Erica because it's funny, but I guess I'll have to wait till it gets worse.
No, you can still share it, but it just means you're sharing it between players and not characters.
Yeah.
Like your characters don't know that I'm crushing on Nancy, but the players can know it.
Okay, well, my one against Erica is that I've basically in my head already created her. Basically, do you think she's a bit of a townie who likes pop culture too much, and she doesn't like your new Rachel haircut from the show Friends? She's like not. She just thinks you're like trying.
You're a fashion
like it's
victim.
not for your. Like you're just trying too hard. She just feels that you've like. You just
Well, my feelings are mutual for you, except they're more overt. So you would know that I don't like your snarky teenage attitude.
Yeah, like it.
Excellent.
Okay.
Nancy doesn't like it that you look like your bra is a bit too, hard. I don't think Nancy wears a bra.
Madonna killed it back in the day. So.
Did you know that Rachel in Friends used to cut the nipple holes out of her bra so she would get the uplift of a bra but still get the pokey nipples of a no bra? That's how she did it, folks. That's how she drove men crazy in the 90s. That was her secret.
Oh, there you go.
Bras with nipple holes.
There you go, ladies of 2025. If you want to rope a man or a lesbian,
can someone in chat do a quick Google search there for me, please? And
are you fact checking me, Chris?
Chat.
You fact checking me?
No, I just
he says pictures.
He just wants to see the pictures.
I want some research to be compiled.
Remember your camera follows wherever you go, so you might have a bit of a mistake today, mate.
I mean, sorry. Yeah. So my level 2 is Willie. Don't like Willie. Why don't I like Willie? Because
you love Willie in real life.
Exactly. No. It's because I don't like kids. I don't like kids. I think kids are a waste of time and food and energy.
Oh, great.
Oh, poor Willie. I feel sorry for him now. Maybe I'll be nice to him now.
And I don't have an Erica on my sheet anymore. Erica is gone.
I can put that back.
Dude, cheers. But Erica, you don't have the 1, which means no one knows where the 1 is.
Okay. Are we all cool with that? We all get what we're doing with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
So the ranking you've got in that it gives you bonus dice if you're interacting with that person, and role playing to reduce those tensions is a way to get hope back up.
Okay.
But nobody's lost any hope at the moment, so don't have to worry about
How the fuck
and
do I
are
have to play catch later on with
and
Lily?
And there's a question.
Is
there's
that going to be like
question,
a
Phil, is
character
that-
building heart?
I'm gonna have to talk about fucking old Friends episodes that I maybe like with fucking Erica.
Is that limited to 2, Chris, or Phil? Sorry, is that limited to 2, or could I, if I wanted, have one for Erica as well, or should I just limit it to 2?
It starts at 2,
with
but
2.
it can be it can expand to beyond that, but it just starts at 2.
Okay.
And when you create a scene that lowers the tension, it'll only lower it by 1 per scene.
So tensions are rising and falling constantly.
Yes, that's the idea. You want to lower the tensions, but you also want to create more tensions to keep that kind of. It's like a cycle too, because it's like a little engine building thing that allows you to keep getting your hope back.
So, like for example, what's going to happen right now when I go to start the car is I'm going to immediately like rev it, spin the tires, and drive really fast.
So you can. So if when these situations arise, like say, other players can suggest that these might be situations that might relieve those tensions, or increase or initiate a new tension with somebody else. So it's all, you don't feel free to speak up and suggest things, even if it's not involving your character.
What song's playing on the car stereo or radio or whatever?
Yeah, what song's playing?
Born to be wild.
Immediately turn it. I just literally
turns off.
Turn it off. No, I turn it off before you even start. Old man.
I think our hands meet as we go to both press at the same time, and it's like that was awkward.
And I get jealous because you touched on.
Okay, so we're again going before we even got started. Right. So with that out of the way, so introductions made. You sit in awkward silence, waiting for the convoy of rusting trucks to pass by before you can be on your way. A sudden thud from the rear of the car causes you all to turn. A man in an unbuttoned trench coat that whips about him in the wind, revealing expensive clothes beneath. Some corporate in a monkey suit. His eyes meet yours through the rear window, and for the first time, you can see the look of panic on his face. Quickly, he moves around the side of the car and looks directly at Erica. There's a moment as the two stare at each other. The man seems to be about to say something, then there's a shout. 3 sentry security types by the look of their uniforms. The man turns from your car and runs. He barely makes the sidewalk before 3 shots send him sprawling into the dirt. The sentry security men kneel by the body of the dead man, then look towards your car. The road ahead is clear, so Francis punches the gas, and the car lurches forward, tires squealing, leaving the sentry security men standing in the road. You watch them disappear in the rearview mirror, swallowed by swirling dust clouds. Seeing the questioning look on the faces of their fellow passengers, Francis says, "Getting caught up in sentry business is the last thing we need."
I'm leaving these sentries in my frickin' rear view.
So that was about an hour ago. And no one has said a word since. Now Memorial City is fading behind you, when finally someone breaks the silence. And who is that someone?
You know it's going to be Willie. 100. There's no chance it's anyone else.
And somebody just got a private message as well, just in case you missed it. Everybody frantically checks their message.
Everyone's eyes just darting around the screen to go, where the fuck
I'm
would
not-
that be? Where would that show up?
Willie's not going to be first to speak up. Willie's just going to stay quiet. So, if it's not in my possession, I don't have it. So I also don't have a Walkman that I can listen to tunes on, do I? Just have a book. I'm reading my book.
Oh, you have the few meager possessions that you've got either through because you don't own much, or you for whatever reason you left without able to pack anything more than you can carry, and the clothes on your back.
No, I'm just quietly reading my book then. I'm not going to speak up first.
Cause no one's talking. Francis like leans over to turn the radio back on, and tries to find some kind of old school-ish rock, kind of, very Vietnam-esque, that kind of. I don't know. I literally none are coming to mind. All I can see is helicopters going
Fortunate
over
Son,
fucking.
that's the song that comes to mind.
Yeah. All along the watchtower.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Anything Vietnam era will probably do. Yeah.
Yeah. It's literally called Vietnam FM because it's post-apocalyptic.
Good morning, Vietnam.
Yeah. And they say that every hour on the hour.
Nice.
They just have the recording of fucking who'd
Robin
Williams.
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
That's a great movie. That was out in the 90s, eh? We can reference that. Forrest Gump was around 97, wasn't it?
Possibly.
Oh,
I remember watching
I
it
had
in
to
high
Google
school.
the crap.
Do you know what's really fun? In 1997, which is when we are.
1994.
There you go. Is it 1997 we're in, Phil, yeah?
It is May the 9th, 1997.
And I'm playing a 16-year-old.
11 in the morning.
I was 15
Yeah.
in 1997, so I'm really close
Oh,
to
wow.
the age I was in 1997 in this. Martin, you'd be about 15, 16 in 1997 as well,
Yeah.
eh?
Oh yeah, so I know a decade well.
I'd have been 4.
I thought Kurt
I
Cobain
would
was
have
the
been
greatest
drunk.
thing in the world at that age.
Yes, Phil. Let's go. Me too. I was 4, but I was still steaming. Up the Irish. Yup.
I mean, I was 15, and I'm
Um,
Scottish, I was also drunk, yeah.
Okay, so May is the time of dust. Gusts of wind rise and ebb through the haze, carrying huge sheets of dun-coloured dust that seethe and rustle across the landscape. They slither across the ground, hissing amongst the creosote bushes, and on until piling up in billowing dunes and waves that wander unseen and grow in the constant static. Lighthouse keepers were once warned that they shouldn't listen to the sea for too long. Likewise, you could hear voices in the static and lose your mind. It was as if there was a code in there, a code that could, as soon as your mind detected it, irrevocably conjure demons from the depth. So, you are all on a journey, and the electric state is not about the destination. It is not about your ultimate goal. It is about the journey and the things that happen, how your characters evolve and you build relationships. In this journey, you are headed from San Francisco Memorial City into the Black Welt Exclusion Zone. If you look on you can see on the tabs at the top, you should be able to still see the Pacifica tab. You can click on that and it'll take you back to the light map. I'll pull everybody back for a second. And you on the map, you'll be able to see this blue line which marks your route that you are taking.
From San Francisco.
All the way from Memorial City into the western Nevadas, into
Out to
towards the
Nevada, yeah.
deserts. And eventually into the Black Welt Exclusion Zone. All border crossings into the exclusion zone are closed except the Prim border crossing in the south. This is your destination, some 650 miles away. For various reasons, you each want to stay off the main highways. Thus, you are first heading east into the Sierra Nevadas, then south into the Mojave Desert.
Is that the same Prim as in Fallout New Vegas Prim?
Probably, yeah.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it will be, yeah, because that's the,
All
Nipton. There's
will
Nipton
be
on the
same.
map here. This is Fallout New Vegas right here.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This,
It's,
so this
it's
area,
Vegas.
There's Nipton.
Yeah.
Look, there's Nipton and Prim.
yeah, this is Nevada here, beyond the exclusion zone. So,
Man's just found out that it's actually based on the real map.
So the Blackwell exclusion zone, which you can see takes up now almost like a good third of this map and beyond, was once Nevada and is now mostly desert and ruins. During the Civil War, a major drone company all but ran the state, but most of the infrastructure was eradicated in the most destructive drone bombardments of the entire war. At that time, Nevada was part of the Pacific Congregation, but the fact that none of the other states' air forces aided Nevada during the bombing led to the congregation falling apart. This isn't to say that the entire zone is a wasteland. Several communities withstood the bombing and almost thrive now. Henderson, Boulder City, and Reno are examples, as well as Vegas itself. Never bet against the house. According to a wild rumor, there are still a number of military underground bases in the desert. A more well-founded rumor holds that several of the zone's towns are involved in an underground market for luxury items. This business takes used or damaged cars, motorbikes, furniture, appliances, and more, and restores them to perfect condition. The pieces are then sold at comparatively low price. Sure, the journey from Pacifica cities to villages in Nevada is highly dangerous, but for those who want but cannot afford top-of-the-line products, it may be their only chance to secure them. What's a little danger compared to a Ralph Lauren designed refurbished recon drone? So, the vehicle that you are traveling in, this 1993 Buick Roadmaster, this is this wonderful, beautiful vehicle that you're driving in.
Banger.
It belongs to Erica Wright. So it is your home on the road. It is important to you. Without this vehicle, you will never get to your destination. It's a two-wheel drive car. It's got its own stats. It's got a full tank of gas. This is the lovely, beautiful interior.
Oh my days! Look at the red leather. Oofed.
Classy.
Oofed.
It has seen better days.
It's very 80s.
Erica's got laid in this car, no doubt.
It's very 80s. The glove compartment's got a little mirror that comes out for doing cocaine off of.
The seats actually go back pretty well.
Look at that interior.
So yeah. So this is your car, and on the map, in fact, on the map, you will be able to see your car. This is your little car, so you can click on that. It'll open up the character sheet for your car. You can see still got a full tank of gas. The car does about 20 miles to the gallon, which is not a lot.
Not at all.
And there you go. So it's got three tabs. Got a trunk, which is its inventory, and then a notes tab where you can edit the notes and write things in there if you wish.
And our measuring thing is to scale, isn't it?
It is roughly, more or less.
Beautiful.
Okay. Radio. So you're on. You're on the way. You're on the road. Like I say, you can anytime you want to look at that map, you can just click on it. It's there. It's always available to look at.
So how far would you say that we've already traveled?
You have to. You've only been traveling for an hour. So you're kind of just leaving. You left the outskirts of Memorial City behind, and you're on the highway heading east. Sorry.
Okay, so
and
not
these,
very
so you
many miles.
No, you're not
Like-
going far at all.
Okay.
So you're heading down this highway. The sound of the like tarmac, as you run over the tarmac joints between the on the highway, as it like. And this highway is lined with what once were businesses, but now are all boarded up, derelict, burnt out. The only things that are still functioning are the billboards that line the highway that advertising Sentry and its products.
Would we know along the way if there's gas stations, or are those kind of obsolete now?
So they are. You've probably not travelled very far beyond Memorial City of late, but there are gas stations, but they are far and few between. A lot of, I mean, you can probably see there's just up in the distance. There's one here, but as you drive past it, it's derelict. It's closed down. Looks like it's long been closed down. So yeah, you will have to keep an eye out for gas stations, and maybe most likely you'll be forced to scavenge fuel, gas, wherever you can. But for the moment, you're on a full tank.
I was about to ask if there was, I was going to ask if there was like any like cars or anything already there, or I don't know, because I was thinking maybe I'd rather get fuel before I need fuel. I know we've got a full tank, but still at the same time, when that
we've got
full tank's coming to the end, I don't want to be in the middle of the fucking Mojave Desert going, we don't have a ride.
We've got an empty can, so we could get some fuel while we've got an empty tank. There's an empty can in the car.
So maybe if there's any cars along the side of the road that look like broken down or anything, we pull over.
Yep. Yeah. I'm gonna Willie, this is gonna be your task, man. Okay, so this is gonna help you grow up, dude. So when we see a car by the side of the road, you're gonna jump out with that tank, right? But I'm gonna keep the car rolling just in case anyone comes.
Mm-hmm.
So once you've checked the tank, you've got to run alongside the freeway and catch up with us and get back in, all right?
Yeah, okay.
This sounds like that shitty dad prank where you're just going to lock the doors on him and drive off.
It does a little bit. I hope you don't do that. Right?
Erica, how did you know my dad done that to me?
Because he did it, and my dad did it to me too.
Hey, high five. Nancy, you like pancakes?
That too, she's like,
well, that was a great conversation. How about you fucking sit on it, Brick?
she's like, can you turn your shitty hip hop off? No one likes it.
I think you'll find this is straight out of Compton. All right, this is fucking rockin' jams from my boys from NWA. I knew them before I served in Nam.
No, it's offensive. It's racist. I think you shouldn't be listening to this.
I think you're racist, and I think you're part of the fucking man, dude. I think you're part of the man.
She turns it off.
In fact, you know what? I'm driving this car. I'm gonna leave you in my rear view. Many times can I say, leave it in my rear view. So yeah, I guess we're gonna keep on trucking if everyone's fucking shut up and shit around here, and there's no like vehicles that look worth trying. I'm assuming that there's probably ones that are fucking off the side of the freeway, like ditched, and
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you probably find there's lots of abandoned cars. Some of them burnt out. Some of them just seemingly people have just walked off and left them. Yeah, give us a roll. Just roll as a d6. Somebody, one of you, anybody, doesn't matter who.
I already did a roll. Someone else do it.
I'll do it. 2.
Okay. So the first few cars you check, you managed to drain maybe a gallon out of in total. But that's it. That's all you managed to scavenge. It looks like some other people have had the same idea, and every car you come across after that is like bone dry. So you've got a gallon. You got the jerry can in the back that holds 5 gallons, but you've got a gallon in it. So it's an extra 20 miles.
So I want to teach William how to siphon. So I'm gonna put the hose in, and I'm gonna siphon the gas and spit it out, and then I'm gonna fold the hose and go, right, Willie. Now you gotta suck really hard, lad, to get more out of that. And then what's William gonna do?
Are you gonna make me fill my mouth with petrol? I'm young and naive. I don't know any better. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do as you tell me.
Yes! Fucking right, yeah, go ahead. Right, so you fucking put it against your mouth, and I let go of the fucking turning the hose. He sucks it, probably sick all over the floor, that's great, and then I put the siphon back into the tank. I'm like, you've done a good job, Willie, well done.
Okay. I don't really understand why I had to get a mouthful of it, but I guess it's a rite of passage. Is that me a man now?
Yeah, you know, like you learn a skill, I guess. You're not a man yet, you're still a fucking dumbass kid, so maybe after a few more man tests you'll be a man.
I expect I'll probably grow some hairs on my chest overnight now after doing that.
Because this happened, can I get rid of my threat? Because now I like Willie, because basically the other guy's bullied him. Because I think I'd like him more now, because I'm like, you know, like that's dickish, isn't it? So can I remove? Because I'd put as my threat that she didn't like you because you were so young and you smell of Lynx / Axe body spray too much.
Now he smells of fucking petrol and fucking shit.
Well, now,
that makes you like him more?
Well, no, she likes the fact that now he sprayed that, so she can't smell it. So, yeah, can I remove that because of that?
You can indeed.
But now I don't like Francis because he's a bully.
If you want, if things happen during play that you think readjusts and you need to reassign your tensions, you can do it.
I'm gonna put in there. I'm gonna put in there that he's also a bully on my one for Francis.
Yeah, he's a bully. Let's get rid of that.
I'm not a bully. I just don't like kids.
It's what a bully would say.
That's just like what a bully would say. Oh, the name disappears when I edit it. That's weird.
Yeah. Like I say, if it carried on, you might have to make a journal, like a journal, and record them in there. It's a bit, like I say, I think it's a bit bugged out for some reason.
Fuck, I forgot what I was saying. Good. All right.
We managed to get.
Moving on.
Did we get enough petrol to fill a tank, like a can? Like a jerry can?
You got enough petrol. So the jerry can holds 5 gallons. You got a gallon in the tank.
So we'll just find another car and do it until we fill it up then.
So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So you after that, you don't come across all the other cars that you come across. Other people have clearly got the same idea, and all the other cars that you find are bone dry.
Nothing else valuable inside them as well, I guess.
No.
While the boys are fucking around, Erica will get out of the car and go take a piss behind a bush and just kind of collect herself and pat her pocket. make sure that things are all good, and then head back to the car.
Okay. So as you you do that, and as you kind of like come back from behind the bushes, behind one of the derelict, kind of one of the derelict side diners at the side of the road, you as you come out there, you see a van, a black transit van, coming along the highway, heading in the direction that you're heading, and you recognize it as it's got the logo on the side. But it's a Sentry van. Not only is it a Sentry company van, it's a Sentry private security van.
I will shout to the folks at the car, duck down, and I'll kind of tuck back around the building.
Okay. Okay, so it comes past. Yeah, I mean, you're not certain. But you think it looks like they slow the speed a little bit, but then it just passes on by, and you watch as it fades. It disappears into the distance.
Okay, I'll frantically kind of quickly walk back to the car. We gotta get going, guys.
Yeah, here we do.
Francis, take some side roads or something.
Oh, don't worry, I'm on it. Fuck Century, man.
I'm gonna check if Willie's okay. Be like, "You okay, kid?" And then I
Yeah,
guess if she's
yeah.
got any water, I guess you'd try and make him drink it. She said, "You shouldn't trust that Speedo fan. Be careful around old people."
It has left a weird taste in my mouth. What about one of those cigarettes of yours? Maybe I could take one of them. Maybe that would help.
Oh no, this is it's currency. You ain't getting one of my cigarettes, no.
Okay. It's bad for you anyway.
It helps me with pregnancy issues.
You have issues with?
You'll catch a little look from Erica for that. God, hoping you're not pregnant.
Yeah, no comment.
Like say,
I'm not commenting.
if anything comes up that you want to add new tensions or readjust things.
Yeah,
William,
you gonna give Nancy contraceptive advice when she's like saying, "Yeah, no."
William's
Just
getting an
keep
awkward
me-
boner now. William's a 16-year-old virgin, and this hot 19-year-old girl's talking about having sex with the MILF 30-year-old woman in the front of the car. I'm sitting there with my legs
Well, let's
crossed.
talk. Then, Erica, would you say anything when she's talking about smoking being a possible contraceptive?
I mean, if you're pregnant, you should not smoke. But I will crack the window to try and eliminate any smoke in the car, and also the smell of petrol that is on the person sitting to your right that might ignite at any moment from a cigarette that you have in your hand.
I'm not lighting my cigarettes because they're precious, but if I didn't want to get pregnant, I would smoke because, like you said, you can't smoke when you're pregnant. So if I smoke, I can't get pregnant. Duh.
Nancy, that's not how it works.
You know, I like everything.
Did you have the birds and the bees conversation?
With a Catholic priest by the
It's like
sounds of it.
Nancy,
It's like, what the fuck? Are you like a scientist or something? Like,
Actually, yeah. So a sperm will find an egg, and then you get a zygote, and that develops into a baby. It's not smoke. Nicotine has nothing to do with that concept.
well, you can ziggot off my last nerve. Like,
Ziggy, ziggy,
Zigga.
I will eliminate one of my tension points with you for that commonality.
I think I would as well because I think she can take a joke. Though I
Girl
don't really
power.
approve of her. I don't believe her decisions on contraception. We might not agree, but we agree about Zigga Zigga, and I do whisper, but like really quietly, girl power. Just she's too cool for that.
Nancy, you'd have to have sex to have kids anyway, so that's not happening.
Is that what your character says to make it really creepy?
Yeah.
Listen, Spice Girls Wannabe came out in 1996, so that would have been a prime reference.
That's it. I'm like,
Yeah.
It did, I remember well, actually.
Okay, so as you're talking, Francis keeps driving. You maybe take us on the side roads, as Erica suggested, but you only take a short detour because you need to stick to the route that you've got planned. I mean, you're trying to avoid any contact with people anyway, so you're taking the quieter side roads anyway as you head further east, and you've been traveling for, you maybe gone about another 30 miles or so. Well, when you come over a hill, it's like grassy, just a grassy rolling hill surrounding you, and there's a light rain starting to come down, and the road ahead is blocked.
Damn.
There is a construction crew, a crew of workers with a large truck and blinking yellow warning lights. They seem to be laying new tarmac, but as you, Francis, as you drive closer, you see that no work is being done, and the crew all have their Neurocaster helmets on and appear to be lost in some neuronic daydream. One is standing in the middle of the road, another just sitting on the ground, propped up against the truck, and another laid in the wet grass on his back.
Look at these neuro zombies, man. Got a job to do and they're all fucking stuck in the zombie zone.
Yeah, but do you not think we could maybe rob them for some gas and shit?
Yeah.
If they're all spaced out.
Yeah. Definitely.
Hey, yo, that's a good idea.
That is
Nancy.
a good idea.
Fuck
We
the
should definitely
system.
rob them.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's fucking. Is the truck already on?
I'm gonna try and sneak up.
You could.
Hang on, guys. I think I'm gonna try and sneak up to the truck and see if we can steal anything valuable from the cab of the truck, from the actual.
Don't need to fucking sneak. Like, these guys are fucking zombied. Like, look.
How zombified is somebody when they're?
Attention.
Are they dead to the world? Is there? Can you not get them when they're in that?
So when you've got a Neurocaster helmet on, you can still interact with the normal world, but the obviously having the helmet on sort of inhibits that to a certain degree.
So if somebody's standing next to you
depending
shouting, you'll hear it. But if somebody's doing something quiet around,
yeah,
you,
I mean,
won't hear it.
so if you had a helmet on and you kind of stood in your house in the kitchen, you could like potentially make a cup of coffee, and it would be, you'd have to be careful, but you can still do things like that. You can still see through. There's like a pass through vision thing from them. But it also depends on how deep into the neuroscape someone is. So if someone is, the people who are truly lost inside the neuroscape become completely unresponsive.
So there's levels.
Yeah.
I think how immersed they are.
Yes, exactly.
So these guys, obviously, they're not like full-time addicts because they've got a job. But they're like fucking taking a break. They're doing it on their break.
They're fucking doing it on their job.
Yeah, they're doing it on the job. So they're on the limit. They're just holding down a job, but they probably shouldn't be because they're fucking skiving.
I mean, it's like
doing
us
this
playing
thing.
Candy. They're like us playing Candy Crush or whatever, right?
Is it still the
Like
same
me playing
time it
Fallout
says
4
on
all day
screen?
while I work.
So it's 11 o'clock.
Is it sorry?
Is it still the same time that it says on screen, or
It is a little bit later than that. So it's going to be about there we go. It's going to be like 12:05.
12 in the, like, it's in afternoon? So
Yeah,
it's okay.
early afternoon. Yeah. So in the background,
Right.
just for a point of reference, so the things these towers you can see in the background, these rather phallic-looking towers. These are the neurographic towers that transmit the signal. They're basically the equivalent of like mobile phone masts, but on a much bigger scale. And they broadcast the network that all the Neurocasters connect to. and these things are huge. They're like tower blocks. But you can see in the distance. You can see the street lights as well.
Just like a giant server inside it, basically.
Yeah. But they're massive, huge things.
And are those manned by people? They've got physical technicians inside them doing a job as well, like making them run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll have staff. Yeah.
Well, that sucks because I was thinking we could maybe just hijack the truck and crash it into one of the towers.
I like that idea. But no, innocent
they-
lives
they-
would be
they-
lost.
They like I said, these things are like huge. They're massive things.
But we can definitely siphon some of the gas, right?
Yeah, let's steal their gas.
Easily,
And it
yeah,
being a
there's
construction truck, there might be other tools that we can maybe slip away from them.
I'm thinking
Do we
First
send
thing-
Do we send
The
little
first
Willie out?
thing we need to do, if we wanted to do that though, is we need to make sure the truck's off. So
I want to get up into
So
the
I would,
cab
get
and
into
get
the
into their,
truck.
I want to get in the glove compartment and get their cigarettes and that, get all the good stuff.
Why does it matter if the truck is on or off?
Yeah, it's the truck
I'm guessing
running.
it's off. I'm guessing it's off, right? Because it's not moving.
So you can't. How close are you getting with the car? Excuse me.
well, they've blocked the road and so I'm probably about like 100 meters away,
Okay.
being like
Okay.
the fuck, because I'd imagine that I'm maybe adding lore here that you don't want, but I'm doing it. There's probably a guy stood at the end with one of those Neurocasters on with a stop sign that he's supposed to be flipping every so often.
And he's not flipping
And
it.
he's just, it's stopped, and he's just fucking head down, fucking zombified,
Deep in the
watching some
sauce.
fucking,
Yeah.
watching some fucking tentacle.
But what about if we?
Um,
What if we have like a
entertainment.
plan? What if we have like a plan? Because like we could have two trying to get the scope stuff out and grab stuff. One of us ready to drive away, and one of us ready for a distraction in case it goes to shit. Like yeah.
Well, William's the guy here. Willie, he's good at sucking hoses, so we'll send him out.
We
He
said
did
it,
the
little
job last
Willie.
time.
He's going. Well, Big Willie start. Is that
Well,
out
fucking,
yet?
I'm gonna have to fucking drive the car, ain't
I mean, I can drive. I just didn't
I?
want
You
to drive.
can't fucking drive.
What? Because I'm a woman? I'll show you. I can
Yes,
fucking
because
drive.
you're a fucking woman.
Oh,
Yes,
I
exactly.
mean,
I
it is a pretty valid point, though.
I mean, I have on my sheet. I now have to drive. So as soon as you leave the seat, she's sitting in the seat.
So Nancy, why don't you hold fucking Willie's hand since he's got a crush on you? And
Are you jealous because you wanted to show him how to fucking suck shit like you were doing before?
Oh, that's gross.
That is gross.
Nancy, I wouldn't go near you with a fucking barge pole.
I don't think
My-
Nancy was implying that you would go near her, but you
I
now got off
I'm
on,
just
on little Willie
stating
sucking a
I'm just
hose.
stating that. Yeah, I'm just stating that. I'm just ignoring the fact that she made a derogatory comment towards me about something like that. Fuck off, Nancy.
Anyway, while they're arguing,
I'm sorry.
I sneak off up to up to the cab of the truck while they're arguing. Phil, I'm off on my own.
Okay,
steal some
so-
stuff.
I point frigging Francis to go with him. I was like, don't be a dick. Come on, he's a kid. Like, come on.
I'm not going
Go
with
with
him.
him.
I don't
Go with
fucking
him.
I hope he gets caught.
Erica, do something. Like, I'm like,
I will
back
hop
me
out
up.
of the car and go with Willie and leave these two to fight it out.
The sexual tension
so-
between you two is through the roof already, guys. I love it.
But like, if Erica dies and little Willie dies, you're in big trouble, mister.
Fucking hope he dies, man.
Oh,
Fucking one last
Oh.
mouth to feed.
It's like, you're gonna make me preemptively smoke to stop children happening. That's how angry I
Thank
am.
God, there needs to be less of you in this world.
So Will, you
I'm
got
gonna
out
go
the
up-
car ahead
and
of
I'm
them.
going up,
so,
and I'm
so
going up to
you're-
the front
you're
to the
ahead
truck.
of them? Yeah. So as you get closer to the truck, you can the engine of the truck's not running, but there's some kind of generator on the back of the truck that's running. That powers they're like laying new tarmac. So, but the truck itself is completely blocking the road. So when you're done doing whatever you're going to do, you're either going to have to
Move it.
You're going to have to move the truck or drive up onto the grass to drive around it.
One question about tensions though.
Yeah.
Before we move on, they don't have to just be negative.
No,
right?
no, it can be positive or negative. Yeah.
No, your mind's is positive.
Oh,
I've got a
I
crush
thought
on
that.
Nancy. I think Nancy's cool and I think she's hot. That's not negative.
No, yeah, they can be either way. It's just as long as it creates tension.
The fact
yeah.
that my other
Positive or
one is
negative.
my other one is Francis is hiding something, but that's not necessarily negative as well. Maybe it's he's hiding something because he's cool, because he's a badass.
Yeah, I mean, it can be positive, negative, neutral.
I'm very mad. I think she likes Francis because he's a badass, but also he's a dick. And now she's gonna proper 80s movie style look at poor Willie, like, the 80s movie where the teenage boy likes the slightly older girl in a very inappropriate way.
Oh,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Mrs. Robinson.
Well, no, not that
No,
bad. More just like
Yeah.
like the
Okay,
Goonies,
Mrs.
like the
Robinson.
Goonies.
Yeah.
Not like,
Mm-hmm.
All right,
That's okay,
Francis,
Mrs. Robinson.
calm down.
All right.
Mrs. Robinson's the other one. Shut up!
Okay, so while these two are bickering in the car, you like I say, you get over to the truck. Erica, you just a short way behind. So you probably quickly catch Willie up as he's kind of peering into the cab, and these three guys, these three workmen, they seem to be completely oblivious.
Quite deep in the sauce, are they? Right, okay. So I want to go up into the actual front cabin of the truck. I want their cigarettes, I want their money, I want all the good shit.
Okay. So yeah, there's probably a packet of maybe a packet of cigarettes and a lighter, and you can roll as a d6.
Get a maximum of 6.
What's Erica doing?
Can I, when you walk past these zombified construction workers, can you overhear, like, if somebody had, like, too loud headphones, can you overhear, like, what their environment is like?
Yeah.
No, because it's like I said, they're not like
It's neural connection.
Yeah, it's like a neural connection. So there's no speakers, there's no screen. It's completely. There's maybe a slight hum that comes from the helmets, and they've got a light. They have
It's
a
like an
light on
electronic
on them. But there's no you can't hear it. There's no like I say, it's a completely neural connection.
Okay, then I'll, like, try and quietly rustle through some of if they have any, like, tools in a compartment on the side of the truck or at the back.
Okay. Yeah. So what did you get on the D6? What was it you rolled? 4 was
4.
it? Yeah, 4. So you find $40
Oh yes.
in the cab of the truck.
Do I need to add that manually to my sheet? Do I?
Yeah.
Where is that? Gear, cash. Oh, I rolled
You
dollars.
can put gears on.
How many
notes
did I
or-
roll earlier, Phil? It was 16, wasn't it? So I've got 56.
Yeah, you got 16. You got yeah.
$56. And some cigarettes.
So there's no. So there are tools on the truck. There's kind of like a tool cabinet on the back. You open it up. They are. I mean, they're construction workers' tools, so they're not really got any practical use other than for doing the job that they're doing. But you could certainly, they've certainly got some weight to them, so you could certainly use one as a weapon.
Yeah, I'll just grab one. And then is there any, like, paperwork, kind of like computer, anything like that, that might tell us, like, schedule-wise, if there's any other cars, construction up ahead, things of that nature?
So the neurocasters that these workers are using, they're all using direct cable, so they're all connected to a unit on the truck, and so everything, all the paperwork, anything like that, they will. That's why they have the neurocasters with them. So all that stuff will be done via the neurocasters, as well as the fact that people, they obviously can use it for other things. But yeah, all that kind of thing, like paperwork and everything, is all done. It'll all be done through their neurocasters, which
That's
are
how
like to get through the job.
They'll clock in, they'll clock out, they do their admin, their hours, their holidays, everything's done with the Neurocaster, yeah.
Yep.
So then maybe I'll, Willie, take this and head back to the car. And then tell them to start driving through.
Okay.
And then once he's towards the car, I'll see if I can unplug to kind of get their attention to move them out of the road.
Okay. So what were you giving the wrench or whatever it was to Willie?
Yeah, whatever I would have taken.
Okay. So how you're just going to unplug the cable from the back? This guy? Oh, sorry.
The one that's standing over here.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you can just unplug it if you want.
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
And I'll run back to the car.
Okay. So Willie, you're heading back to the car, and the rest of you can whether you watch it, if you're watching, you see Erica walk up behind this guy and just pull the cable, detach the cable from the back of his Neurocaster. And as you do, the light goes out, and his head drops forward a little bit. And, what? No! And he lifts it off, and as he lifts it off, his eyes are all bloodshot. And his kind of jaw slapped, drool running down his chin, and he just turns and as he sees you, no, why? And he just goes for you. He just tries to grab you around the throat.
Oh shit.
Nice. Well, I will try and fend him off.
Willie!
A little bit of fisticuffs.
I'm Willie. Francis! Erica's in trouble.
Okay, so if you can give me it'll be a strength check. So if you click on the word strength, and basically this will be like a contested check. So you need to have more successes than he does, and you got no successes. You can because you've not passed. Whether you passed or not, you always have the option to push the roll. But if you push a roll and there are any ones, whether in the initial roll or the second roll, then that will reduce your hope. So at the moment
I will push it.
Okay. And I'll roll to see what he's got.
I see a sad face.
Okay, so I've got no
so.
successes. So you got one success, but you also rolled a 1, so it's lost. You've lost a hope. It should have automatically removed it from your character
It did,
sheet.
yeah.
Excellent. And yeah, so you managed to knock him off. Do you want to hurt him in return, or do you just want to fend him off?
No, fend him off, and I'll kind of back away towards the car and say, "Hey, man, we were just trying to get through. Tried to get your attention, and we're just trying to get through."
Right, he just ranting, just frothing at the mouth and just ranting, and he casts about, and he sees a wrench on the grass verge, and he walks over to it, picks it up, and just raises it above his head and starts coming towards you with it.
Oh shit.
I'll run towards the car.
Oh shit. If I see this,
Can we all see that? Can we all see this happening?
If you want to,
you are having an argument. We're fucking intensely fucking going at it. Like we're arguing about political stances in the 1942.
I'll be like, your little fucking. I think your little fancy boy wants you outside. Maybe you can take him somewhere.
I think that your fucking little boyfriend fancies you, and I think you should go out and fucking.
When Francis doesn't respond, I'll take the wrench.
I don't like no little willies. Okay?
And I'll run out the car. Okay. Because Francis didn't do anything. I'll run out the car with a wrench, nervous as hell.
Okay.
Did you get in the car?
Aye.
I thought you went with. You
No,
were with her,
that's
weren't you?
different.
So I've
sent him back to the car.
Erica sent me back. So Erica
sat in
sent
the
me
car.
back. So Erica
Passenger
sent me back.
seat. They're
I've
drivers.
I've come back with the wrench. I'm in the back seat. While you two are
Oh,
arguing.
I thought you were stood over there going.
Yeah, now I'm gonna show it. You're like fucking go boy.
She's unplugged this guy's Neurocaster. I'm waiting for her to run to the car so we can drive off, but this guy's came after her. I'm going, Francis,
Well, why aren't you
Francis,
opening
Francis,
your little-
but to get you because I'm a little kid and he's a grown man. Exactly, because I'm a little kid and he's a grown man, and I'm like, Francis.
Look,
so when he does
I'll
nothing,
sort this out.
no,
and then
you're too
Francis
late.
gets out of
You're
the
too
car.
late. I already ran out the car because you didn't respond.
Fucking...
Right, Phil, I ran out the car with the
you were
wrench.
stood outside.
Erica's tension just went up to 2 for all of you fuckers.
I'm gonna run up and smack this guy.
I love Francis and hate Willie because he's a little bitch.
I'm gonna run up and smack this guy, Phil.
He's a little.
Okay. Okay. Right. Go. Give the strength check then.
I'm gonna run up and smack him because Francis is too busy arguing.
So
to
let
do
me hold
anything.
on it. Just let me give you a makeshift club because that will give you a bonus dice from the gear.
Bonus.
Bonus.
Club, improvised club.
We love a good bonus.
Bonus.
Listen, it's crazy because I thought I started off with all juveniles and then got a breath of fresh air when they said Chris isn't really a juvenile, but now he's acting like one. So
It's still Chris.
back to square one.
At the end of the day, it's still Chris.
This is above table. That's not my character. My character didn't say anything about a bonus.
I zig argue eventually I'll come and help, but I'm busy talking to the big buffoon, yeah.
Oh, to be
Well,
fair.
Wait, am I ready yet? Am I rolling this shit? Phil?
Yeah. So if you go to your gear tab, you can click on the improvised club. But if you look on the gear tab as well, what I didn't mention before is there's next to pieces of equipment you'll see on the right hand side you'll see a star. And that basically favorites item, so it puts it onto a shortcut on the first on the main tab. There you go. So you can click on the improvised club from your favorite items on the front sheet instead. There we go. So that is a okay. So the let's check the dice. So the black dice was the gear dice, I believe. Yeah. Which got a successor. So if you get ones on gear dice, it doesn't lose your hope. It means the item gets damage, like in Forbidden Lands.
Yeah.
Okay, so you hit him with the club. You do lose a hope, and you deal this guy 1 point of damage, whacking him with this wrench.
So the me losing hope, that will just happen automatically on my sheet, right?
It will, yeah. Because
Do I press this apply damage button? Because it's a choose. You're either taking that or you're pushing, aren't you? It's a choice.
Yeah. If you push it, you can, and you get more successes. Then that'll be potentially more damage, but you could lose more hope. So you'll only lose hope if you push it.
I press the apply. Oh yeah, so I don't lose hope if I don't push it, eh?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Like Forbidden Lands, eh? Right,
Yeah.
I've pressed apply damage, so he can take that damage.
Yeah. Okay. So he takes a point of damage.
Stay away from her, you motherfucker!
Okay. So you hit him. Maybe don't kind of hit him across the arm. And then he kind of like yelps, and then turns at you with like this angry look. His face is just like flushed red, and he, like I say, is frothing at the mouth. His eyes are bloodshot and bulging. How dare you have you fucking just ranting, barely able to get a word out. So you need to somebody, one of you, to represent the group, needs to roll an initiative, which is basically a d6 plus the wits, I believe, of the highest wits in the group.
Mine
Who's the
is.
fucking wittiest cunt here?
I've got 4.
Mine's
Erica.
6. Is it between me?
Your wit's 6?
Is it Erica? You got height?
So
I have
it's going to be So it's just going to be between Erica and Willie because they're like they're the ones.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay,
Erica
so
then,
me?
I've got forward you, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, if you roll a d6 and add your wits on, I'll do the same for the construction worker.
So it's D6 plus 5.
And this would be no talent or gear or anything, right?
Yeah, it's just the d6 and the wit, and then you add the wits bonus onto it. So if you got four wits, then it adds 4 on. Okay, so I'm just going to take the first dice because you're just rolling 1d6, and then you're adding the value of your wits onto it.
Oh, I gotcha.
So that would have been a 1, would have been the first dice, plus your wits is 5, so that's 6. And he rolled a 3, and his wits is not as good as that. So you get to go first. So your side gets to go first. So Erica and Willie get to go first. You decide amongst yourselves who acts first out of the two of you.
I'm gonna just try and hit him first so that you can get away. I'm trying to show Francis that I'm a man here because he never stepped up and protected the woman. I'm gonna show him that I'm the man. I'm gonna protect this woman. So I'm gonna step in front of Erica.
You're forgetting this is the 90s. That's not what happens.
I'll step in front of Erica.
That's
between
just a
Erica
movie,
and the guy,
man.
and I'll try to smack him again.
Okay. So normally when you are attacked either with a melee weapon or a ranged weapon, you get the opportunity to essentially try and avoid it. If you dodge out of the way of an attack, then it means you might not get hit, but it means you lose your action, your next action.
Okay.
So the whole thing, you lose your turn. Okay, so you're going first. So, and he doesn't make any attempt to like stop you. It doesn't make any attempt to like kind of like dodge out of the way or block you or anything. So just gives a strength check. Click on the weapon again. Sorry, if you did. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, so you lost 2 hope there.
Lost 2
You
hope.
hit him again.
But I hit him again.
You hit him again, so you hit him again for another 1 point of damage. You only got 1 success. If you get multiple successes in combat, that the next successes do additional points of damage. So they'll do the base damage. A success will do the base damage of the weapon, and then any extra successes will add an extra point of damage.
Are they fighting like out, like not in the truck? They're like on the road,
Yes.
right?
On the road.
Yeah. So it's this guy
Okay.
that's stood up here. Yeah. So they're essentially.
Because I'm worried. I'm gonna tell Francis. I'm like, Francis, just rev the car up and mow the guy down if it gets bad.
I'm glad
That's what I'm
that
gonna
you
tell
gave me
him.
permission to do that.
Well, can you do a stick? I don't know if you look like more of an automatic guy.
Fucking drove us the whole way here, you stupid bitch. Where
Yeah,
have
but
you
there was
been?
a lot of like, you're like, wait, no, that was that weird like crunching noise when you were trying to like shift gears.
Yeah, this ain't Pretty Woman. Stop being a fucking dickhead, alright?
Just get your hand on the shaft and just rev it, okay? Be a fucking man, you pussy.
What's Erica doing?
Can I pick up the cable that came from the system and try and wrap it around this guy's neck?
Of course you can. Like it. Yeah. You gonna try and strangle him with him, or just kind of restrain him with it?
No,
Okay.
I'll go for the strangle.
Okay. Go ahead then. Give us a straight strength check. So that is 1 success and a fumble. So you can leave it at that, and it will you'll hurt him, or you can push it. If you get more successes, you will be able to do extra damage, but you will lose at least 1 hope because you've rolled a sad face.
I will leave it.
You're gonna look at that. Okay, so you pick up the cable and wrap it around the neck, pulling it taut around the neck, maybe dragging him back a little bit, which he kind of like looks a little bit puzzled by. Doesn't really seem to know what's happening. And you pull the cable tight, and his neck is bulging. The veins bulging out around his face, but he still strains against it, trying to get at Willie. So that does do another point of damage to him, but he's not down, and he kind of strains against the cable and swings at Willie. I'm going to say he's like you're holding back, so So it's maybe reducing his chance to hit him a little bit. So I'm going to take a dice off him as a penalty. So instead, he's got 3 dice instead of the 4. There we go. Okay, so he's got no successes. So so he flails wildly, trying to hit Willie, but you've got this cable around his neck, pulling him back, and yeah, he's there, and he completely misses him.
Your rolls are private, by the way, Phil. I don't know if you mean to be.
Oh right, okay. I shall make them.
I mean, I don't mind. It's more suspenseful.
Yeah. There we go.
I mean, you're the DM. You can.
I don't know. I know.
private.
It's up to him if he wants to be private. I'm just letting him know they are in case he doesn't want them to be.
Yeah. No, I shall reveal them when it's if it's necessary. Yeah.
He's just gonna lie to us.
Yeah.
So
I'm not really rolling dice. I'm just making it up as I go.
Yeah.
Question marks on your end too.
So it's back to Francis and Erica. Nancy and Francis want to do anything? Sorry.
So.
Yeah, you go first.
Yeah, since I'm in the driver's seat, right? So I'm observing this all happen, and I have a bright idea. So Erica and William are like facing away from the car, right? And the guy is like,
I would say so.
us.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna turn the high beams on, and I'm gonna blind him.
Okay, you're gonna try and blind him with the IB. Yeah, I would say. But I'll tell you what. I will say that initially, at least, that maybe the glare, sudden glare does like blind him, and it's going to knock another dice off his attack.
Nice.
Can I laugh at him like, what the fuck, in a 1993 Buick Roadmaster? What the fuck are you trying to do? Because I'm presuming that lights up now.
Yeah, maybe the lights flare and just like pop as well.
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah,
Do you want me to roll to see whether or not they do pop?
No, the car's
okay, go on.
Oh, for fuck's sake,
Chris is
Isn't it like early afternoon?
Yeah,
it's like early afternoon, and you just high beamed him.
Oh god, yeah, fucking
just 1d6, just 1d6. Oh, there we go. I'll take the first one. The first one was a 5, so no, it's fine. Yeah, so you like I say, so it only tempered because it is the afternoon. It's overcast, so it just So it just the initial glare just dazzles him briefly.
I'll like play punch him like, good job, fucking Einstein. What's your next bright idea?
So what's that?
All right, Nancy, do you want to fucking do something?
I told you to fucking mow him down, and you're like flashing his light like some little bitch. Like,
It fucking did something. You didn't fucking do anything. You wasted your entire time just bitching in my ear. That's another fucking point to you, cunt. And then that's like double tension because this is America and they hate that word.
These guys are up to 10 already.
When you say that, I'll be like, you can't say that word to a woman because Sex in the City has not come out yet, or at least the episode where they make it okay. It is not okay to use that word with a woman.
So what's Erica and Willie doing?
Trying to
I will tourniquet the wire and continue choking.
Okay. Give us another strength roll then.
Does she get advantage because of the light situation?
No, he gets disadvantage if he gets.
I'm going to smack him in the nuts next time.
Okay. So Erica, you pull like on this cable tighter and tighter, and his face is just going purple, and he kind of chokes, and his tongue swollen, poking out of his mouth, and his eyes roll back into his head, and he collapses to the floor.
Oh shit! We just killed him.
Is he still breathing?
Do you want to check him?
Just kill him.
Yeah, I'll check.
Whoa.
You check him, and let's see. Is he?
That's a bit extreme.
Is he dead or is
I'm
he not?
16 years old. I'm like, whoa.
He oh, it says no successes. I'm sure there's.
I bet Willie still has an erection over it.
I've still got a stiffy. Yeah.
So
I'm 16. I've
so
always got a hard on.
You check him over, and it's kind of his throat is really bruised, and you've crushed, and he's still breathing. He's unconscious, but he's breathing. You
Well,
probably it looked like you've crushed his larynx, done quite a bit of damage. But yeah, he's still alive.
Come on, Erica, let's get out of here. Let's get in the car and go. Fucking nearly had you.
All right, let's go. These fucktards in the car not doing shit.
I know.
Flashing a damn light in the broad daylight. What the?
You can just see us probably doing this and like shaking hands and stuff like in the car. Yeah.
Just give Francis a look when I get in the car as if to say, well, thanks for fucking letting the 16-year-old boy look after the woman, and you're fucking busy arguing with the fucking teenage girl. You're supposed to be the man looking after us, the father figure of this group. I'm out here protecting the fucking rest of us.
I immediately grabbed Eric and I was like, I don't know what happened to you, but it cannot
Willie.
be as bad as what happened to me. He used the C word on me.
You fucked.
Yeah.
Nobody said see you next Tuesday.
Not in 1997. No.
None of us are Scottish or Australian, so
Willie.
we're all like,
Anyway, Erica, how was your day?
Is Francis driving?
drive, Francis.
While this is on the...
Yeah, so Francis puts the car in the gear, drives forward while still pointing at Nancy and being like, she's acting like a spoiled little brat, telling me to fucking run someone over, and whether or not I actually run someone over while I'm driving and not paying attention because they're lying on the ground now and I haven't been paying attention to anything that's going on.
So you're driving that way, not really paying much attention. You're gonna have to drive up onto the grass verge, so it's kind of classed as like what's called a stunt with the driving. Not much of a stunt, but that's what it calls it. So you need to make an agility roll, but you can add as a modifier, you can add the maneuverability of the car, which is it's got a maneuverability stat of of 2. So if you click on your agility stat, and then in the dice pool modifier you can put 2.
Get us out of here, Francis.
My agility, not the motor.
No. Oh well, actually, can you click on the? Oh, you can click on the maneuverability thing of the car. So click on maneuverability stat of the car, and it should use your agility.
Okay, cool, Bill.
I think I'm saying that. I'm presuming it is.
We'll see what happens.
Fuck around and
But,
find us.
before you do that, you so let's see, just click on that and it goes away. Yeah, so in the dice pool modifier, because you're being distracted, you can put -1 in the dice pool modifier. Because all this is going on in your ear.
Do a half-time
Well,
break
apparently we're
sometime.
also in Miss Frazzle's magic school bus now.
Yeah.
And Phil, can I check so?
Oh.
Is the boot one of the things where I could like reach in the boot from inside, or do we have to run outside to get in the boot? Because I was gonna get the first aid. I was gonna get the first aid kit out to help Erica because you got hurt, right? Or was it Willie got hurt?
No,
It was just my hope that got hurt.
Yeah, same,
Oh,
same,
you did physically.
same.
No one got physically. Oh, that's cool
No,
then.
not
I was just
physically
checking.
Just my pride.
Okay, I think I'm guessing, but I'm going to say that maybe you've got one of those central armrests that you can pull down. Maybe the seats come down. So I would say you could get limited access into the boot.
Usually you can get in
I'm
the boot
making that
apart
up.
from the back seat.
Yeah, usually can. I mean,
Usually,
I
yeah.
know. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, whether that's true or not, I'm going to say that you can.
Okay.
It's not going to be too right. So, despite the fact that you're Francis, that you're kind of looking over your shoulder, shouting at Nancy, you steer the car up onto the grass verge, avoiding this guy laid out unconscious on the road, and then back onto the road past the truck and continue on your way.
That'd be a good
That's
time
the
for a
phallic
half-time break,
buildings.
Chris. Phil. Chris isn't decided. That's
Yes, why not? We'll have
excellent.
a half-time break. That sounds as good a spot as any. Yeah, why not?
Excellent. Let's do that.
Hello, we're back.
And we're back.
So, Brew has mercilessly strangled a construction worker.
He survived. He didn't die.
He survived and survived Chris driving the car certainly, definitely not over the top of them. Didn't happen. Didn't hit him.
I'd be like, Erica, how you doing? Like, was there a kerfuffle?
I will.
Kerfuffle?
I don't know what I don't know what the '90s version of a kerfuffle. That's too. It's so British.
Did he have a
isn't
conniption?
it? I don't know.
I think that's a very British phrase, isn't it? Kerfuffle.
I'm trying to think what's like the American '90s version of a kerfuffle. I don't know. I can't think.
There's an even more British word for it. I'm kind of trying to think what it is, but there's a really British word for it. I can't remember what it is.
Altercation.
Altercation is just a word.
Oh.
There's a really British word for it back. Fisticuffs. Fisticuffs is a very British word.
No.
Fisticuffs.
We definitely were a little surprised by the man's reaction. I think those neural links, they just tear a person's thinking apart. They don't even come back to reality. So
Nah.
he was alive, though. He was alive. I just want to say that he was alive. So Willie, we did not kill a man. This is not defining your adulthood.
Yeah, he's not dead.
He was alive.
I with shaky hands, I'd take a cigarette out of the pack and I light it, and then cough my lungs out because it's my first time ever smoking a cigarette, and then
Please be careful smoking with petrol on your...
and my eyes start to water, and I'm like, and I'm really embarrassed because I was trying to be cool in front of Nancy, and now I look like even more of a dork.
By the way, Nancy's in the front seat now with Francis. She switched.
Oh, okay.
No.
There you go.
So now I'm on the booster seat.
You've been relegated to the back seat of your own car.
I think Willie should be in the booster seat. You know, he's
Okay, so you drive on past roadworks, up the hill, and continue on your way. Are you doing? Yeah. So, is there anything you want to do?
Did we even siphon gas out of that vehicle?
No, nobody
we
thought
didn't.
to do that.
No, we didn't actually take any gas from that truck. I stole
What
some
did-
cigarettes.
what did you guys-
He stole cigarettes and $40, and then you took the helmet off, and then that was it.
So,
I stole
so
some
one
cigarettes.
thing, I mean, it didn't make a difference in this situation anyway. But one thing I forgot to mention about neurocasters, it's dangerous to pull people out of it without them doing it voluntarily. It can cause mental trauma. But it didn't matter in this case because they were already gone. But yeah, bear in mind.
I definitely did it on purpose. I knew that.
You're a scientist. You
don't
did know
pull
that.
people out of the Matrix.
I whispered to Erica, did he use the C word as well, and you just had to rip the case off him, because that's what happened in my situation.
No, but he was frothing at the mouth like any other man.
I mean, just guys in the 90s are just like dogs. It's just wrong, right? Girl power.
Woof woof.
I blame Joey from Friends.
I'll make you a friendship bracelet later.
Oh, shit.
Cool. She hands you a dream catcher out of her bag because she says, "Okay, I'm not gonna get like deep on you and stuff, but I am 5% Cherokee. You can see because I have a tattoo of a dream catcher. So I'm
Oh my gosh, no way! What was your name? Like your spirit name?
Oh, I think I might have one. Let me check. What is it? Well, she goes by Moonchild because that's her favorite band.
Oh, okay.
But she's like, yeah. So like, if you want to talk about my people getting the land given back to them because of my 5%, that's cool.
I did think about studying peyote at one time, but
It's fun. It's fun. It's like I don't think Oxy's out yet, but it's like it's cool. Yeah.
it's like this futuristic drug oxy.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
You're not so bad, Nancy.
Yeah, you do. I mean, it's sad that you're old, but I mean, I guess you can't stop that, right?
Yeah, age is just a number.
I mean, that's what Francis was saying, but he was saying it in a more like menacing way.
I think he's probably just got some trauma from war or something.
Also, we're openly saying this in front of everyone.
When she sees Aegis,
Just diagonally.
when she sees Aegis nothing but a number, I get quite happy at that because I've got a crush on a girl that's 3 years older than me, so I'm like, yeah, Aegis nothing but a number.
As soon as she says that and sees you like looking intensely, she just says, "Yeah, but it only works like when an older guy does it to the younger. Like otherwise, it's wrong."
I mean, but you don't want to be a cradle rocker either.
Yeah, so
you shouldn't be like 28 going after like a 19-year-old.
yeah, yeah. I mean, math's hard, right? You're a scientist, you know about it. Maths is difficult.
I mean, that's 9 years. So you got all your fingers, right? Like, we could still get there counting on our fingers.
Yeah, it's cool.
I mean, it's Are we saying that was a bit of a thing between Erica and Nancy? Is
Had a bit of a moment.
I mean, I think that's I think it actually sounded like
bonding.
that Erica might have warmed to Nancy a little bit. I don't know what you think about that.
I think it's just like when two females are alone with threatening men, you just automatically have to be friends. So
yeah, I think that relieves some tension that Erica has with Nancy, which means you can drop that down to I don't know, was it down to 0, was it? And you can get a hope back if you've lost any hope.
Is that because I gave her a dream catcher, or the premise of getting a dream catcher?
You've taken away my anxieties and given me hope.
With the dream, and it is a dream catcher because I'm 5% Cherokee, so it is legally a dream. Well, partial a dream, 5% dream catcher.
So does your family run like one of those shops along the side of the road, or did they? It's always on sale and going out of business and pottery and.
No. They own a casino, so it's fine.
Oh, okay. You're that. Okay.
My great uncle owns a casino, so
We hate a racist stereotype on this channel, eh?
Some of them aren't stereotypes if they're true, and nothing against them because they got some good pottery, man.
Oh, fine. You're American. You can do that. I can't.
Okay, so yeah, you continue on your way. Maybe driving for another hour or so. You probably covered. Let's see, how many miles have you covered so far? You have covered about
80 miles.
almost about 100 miles.
Weird.
I think. Yeah, let's see. So it's about 60 to there, and from there to there. About 90, 100 miles or so. So that is that's 20 gallons of gas. So it's 5. So the car is down 5 gallons.
What station are we listening to?
I've been saying 5 gallons for 5 minutes, but my mic's been back.
All right.
What station are we
5
listening
gallons.
to? Chris, what station are we listening to? What music have we got on?
Oh, we're it's
Still in
stuck.
rock.
Morning, Vietnam.
The knob, like when I twisted it, it broke off, so it's now currently always stuck on Vietnam FM.
And it's currently playing the Doors Painted Black. That is the Doors, isn't it? No, it's the Rolling Stones.
No,
Rolling
that's,
Stones Painted
that's
Black.
Rolling Stones,
Stones.
yeah.
Sorry, 70s music is over my time.
Nancy will happily share her 90s headphones with one other person, but not Francis.
What? How are you gonna do that? Like this?
No, you like stretch them out. You're so not from the 90s. You stretch them out, and then
Yeah.
you both. I mean,
Nancy's got
Yeah.
good taste in music.
You stretch those
Maybe
headphones out.
Willie
Yeah.
Willie and
In the
Nancy bond
90s.
over music a bit. My favourite song is The Cure. I'm
okay, she loves The Cure, so she'll share her headphones and put The Cure on.
Fucking,
Okay.
you've got the
do do do
fucking
do
biggest
do do
mixtape
do
ever
do
on
do
this fucking
do
Walkman.
do 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 do. The love
Fucking Francis is gonna do a break check once he hears them singing The Cure. You know,
Right there.
fucking stomp on the brake, and then he's gonna go, "Oh fuck! I thought I seen a Gomer or something."
Who doesn't love
Nancy
The Cure?
Nancy's too cool to sing.
Fucking I don't.
She just nods the head. She does the whole 90s nodding the head thing.
Do you know what? Fucking Francis literally goes seatbelt check and fucking stomps on the fucking brake. Right?
Erica's head will plaster straight into the back of your headrest, and I'll be like, "What the fuck, Francis?"
Did
And I
you
and
not
I
put
go
your
flying,
seatbelt on?
and I go flying over the top of Nancy, and my hand goes over the top of her and accidentally touches her boob.
It's fucking 90s. Seatbelts are optional.
I think that's definitely gonna have to raise Willie's tension towards Nancy by another.
Yeah, because
point,
my
I think,
face goes
by-
bright red.
That-
Because it was a genuine
Yeah,
accident,
yeah.
and now my face is bright red. Yeah, let's raise that
Yeah,
to a
and
2.
everybody saw this, and it looked very suspiciously like Willie kind of engineered his falling onto Nancy.
It was like 2 seconds after the brake check.
Yeah. Oh!
Absolutely. Timed it all wrong.
Erica slams her head and then looks over, just sees him reach around and go, "Oh, very sorry."
Sorry.
Just got this huge red spot on my forehead.
Okay. So yeah, so you slam the brakes on. There's everybody's looking around. Willie's looking a little bit embarrassed. I don't know what Nancy's reaction is to that.
She just kind of like groans, because I guess in the 90s, women just had to fucking accept it. She's just like, she's just like, yeah, it's not cool, man. That's what we said in the 90s. And she also had, I was gonna say, I don't think we had. Do we have chicken fillets then, bro? Do we have chicken fillets? Because I think it'd be more happy.
Bruce
He kind
not
of
old
came away
enough.
and he was like,
Bruce not old enough to tell you if she had tits or not in the 90s. Bruce Chris's
no,
age
not,
member.
she doesn't have to
Chicken
tell me.
fillets.
She
Just
doesn't
hiding.
have to-
Just hiding.
She doesn't have to tell me she had tits. She has to tell me, did she have fake tits? That's what I'm asking. I'm not asking if she had tits. That's offensive.
I think they were late 90s, early 2000s, but I'm sure you could swing it.
I think I want to say water bra. I want it to be a water bra. I want.
Probably padded, yeah.
Wonder
I
Bra
want
was
Willie
a
to have
thing
a
in the
weird
90s. I remember Wonder Bra being the biggest thing in the world. In
Yeah,
the
I'm
90s.
gonna-
they're really old, though. So yeah.
That was
I'm gonna say
90s.
it's a water bra, so you get a
That's
weird.
sort of maybe 60s.
You get a weird feeling of my water bra.
Is it?
That's what you think boobs. That's what you think boobs feel like.
So did you even feel him touch her?
Luckily not, but I don't tell him that because he seems way too into the motion of the ocean.
So, like I say, you slam the brakes on, and the spot where you've stopped, looking one side, there's like a little side road, and you can see there's an abandoned farmhouse, a farm that looks like it's been abandoned, and just a little way in front of this abandoned farmhouse, between the road and the farmhouse, there's a barn. A partially dilapidated barn. One of the doors is hanging off, and you can see some movement inside the barn.
Do we want to pull over here?
Okay,
Anybody need a bathroom break?
Yeah, you're currently like over at the side of the road, just to the side where this, just almost exactly where this like little side road, this track runs off towards this farm. Like I said, it looks like it's abandoned.
And we need gas, right? We're quite low. What if we got like a...
Got about
How
3/4 of a can.
75.
Yeah, 15, and then we have 2 in the gas can.
We've got 2 in the car.
Oh, so we're not like desperate. But I guess how many hours have we been traveling? Are we like tired? I don't know.
It is. So it is. It's about 2:10 in the afternoon. So we've been traveling about 3 hours. 3-4 hours.
We haven't
3
had.
hours.
We haven't had.
No.
So
we should try and
I think we should try and eat.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have food? Does anyone have food? I don't have any food.
Don't have food. Jesus. We'll have to like
Hunt.
find food or like.
Well, you're like.
I mean,
Yeah,
don't you guys
you're
carry
that's
like
it.
MREs?
Do you think I carry MREs?
Yeah.
You're-
Fucking eat that shit ever again. Fuck that.
You're a soldier. Can you not like go and like just kill something so we can eat it?
No, Nancy. I think you'll find it was a soldier. I'm not a soldier anymore. Okay.
Well, I'm a vegetarian because veganism doesn't exist yet. So, because I was in the 90s and everyone was a vegetarian, no one was a vegan.
Well,
it's like
in this world, we eat whatever the fuck we can find. All right.
I would like you to hunt me some quinoa, or as some people call it, quinoa.
I think you should
Is that what
fucking
quinoa
find your
would be?
own fucking
The more
food
American-
if you're going to be
I don't
picky.
know.
Quinoa is not discovered yet. Vegan exists, but quinoa is not a thing yet.
Maybe you can go and hunt me one. Nancy doesn't know what quinoa is. She's just like going, you should hunt me some quinoa. She might think it's a bird.
I want to hunt me some Hot Pockets and some Twinkies.
Who the hell says hunt me this and hunt me that? Like,
90. So we
find.
can
We want to find.
No, it's 90. Just a hunt.
We were hunting. It's the 90s because you'd hunted things. in
Like,
the
yeah,
90s,
come on,
apparently.
I'd be like, yeah, Francis, go and like rustle us up, like go and kill like a deer or something.
Yeah, Nancy, no problem. All right.
All right, I'll see you later. You go now.
I mean, there's literally a barn right there, and maybe
Yeah.
what did you say? A house?
Yeah. So there's the old abandoned farmhouse just
Yeah.
beyond that.
There might be food in there. We
I
can
get
just
out.
pull
I take
over.
the keys. I put them in my pocket. I've got a zip pocket at the top of my jacket. It goes in there and it stays there. And I fucking start going toward the house,
Okay.
ignoring the obvious movement. But
Okay.
I'm going to be cautious that there might be, like, can I see any is it sector? Section?
How do you mean? Sorry.
Satellite?
Sentry.
Sentinel?
Sentry.
Sentry? Is there any, like, sentry, not propaganda, but, you know.
No. There's not. There's nothing like that. Maybe you can probably see like maybe a Neurocaster, one of the tower, not a Neurocast, one of the towers, neurographic towers in the distance, but nothing
But
nearby. No, this you can.
there's
All you can
not-
see is there's just like fields, all running off in all directions, both sides of the road, but all the fields along are overgrown. Long being abandoned.
And there's no, like, sign in the garden that says, like, this is a Sentinel household, you know.
No,
Armed by sentry.
Yeah.
nothing like that. There's no sign, no like private property, no nothing like that. No no trespassing signs or like private security, anything. It just the windows on the house are the kind of shutters. Storm shutters are closed, and but yeah, it looks like it's been abandoned. There's maybe an old rusted tractor by the side of the house, and like I said, but between the house is kind of over here, and then the road is here, and then there's this old barn, sort of like midway point between the car with the cars at the side of the road and the abandoned farmhouse.
Well, since he took the keys with him, I'm gonna pop out of the car too.
Okay.
And as he's walking, I'm assuming past the barn, right?
If he's going to the house, you got to walk past the barn. Yeah.
I will kind of look into the barn and just, hello? Anybody here?
And what about Willie and Nancy?
Well, I'm running after her because after the fucking last debacle where she didn't kill someone, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, wait up, friend!"
Yeah,
Like,
I'll follow Francis.
In case she's
Okay.
in case she's like secretly a serial killer, because I've seen Dateline. I'm like, maybe she's fucking, you know.
Listen, I left him alive. We all saw.
He was alive. He was alive. I can vouch for that.
I mean,
It was alive when you left him.
yeah, the horny
True.
teen, I'm sure, is a great witness. Yeah. But yeah, I'll stick with the other female.
Okay, so Francis, you head back, kind of keep an eye out. You head, but you ignore the barn itself, and you head past towards the house. Willie comes running up behind you.
Holding a wrench.
Are you doing anything? Comes running up behind you, catches up to you, hold this with this wrench clasped in his hands. What are you two doing? What's Willie and Francis doing? So you're heading up to the house? Is that what you're doing? Is that the plan?
I'm heading to the house, and even though it looks abandoned before I go to enter, my mother always taught me good manners, so I'm gonna knock first and see if anyone responds.
Okay, so yeah, you knock on the door, and no, there's no answer. In fact, as you knock, maybe you knock a second time a little bit harder, and the door kind of like swings open a little bit. Not in a sinister way, but just clearly it wasn't locked or secured.
Guess there's no one home.
Good.
So I'm not a vampire, so I just let myself in.
Okay. So you two going in and searching this house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, very well. So meanwhile, Erica, closely followed by Nancy, gets out of the car as well and heading out, following you. But they turn off and head towards this barn. What do you say? You were kind of poking your head in, and okay. So this barn is like, it's really old, ill-kept, almost fallen apart. One of the doors, it's kind of got one of those kind of big runners where the like doors slide on. One of them is hanging off. The other one's partially pulled across. And you hear, as you approach and like call out, you hear this creaking sound, and I see like shadows moving. And then you see this figure.
Yeah, not creepy at all.
Not at all.
Kind of this huge drone, like kind of leans down into the doorway.
It's really creepy. Yeah.
Hello.
And it kind of you hear it creak and the like clank of its gears as it moves forward and stands. It comes more fully into view in the doorway. It's that big. It has to like crouch to be able to like fit in the barn.
So we've stumbled upon Five Nights at Freddy's.
And then it goes.
Oh, I right.
I mean,
Can you come out here?
This makes our boys look less creepy, though, right? Amazing.
Are we able to look around it?
So you can kind of look around. And you can see there's a couple of remains of some animal stalls inside, and some old, possibly some like tools, kind of like some rakes and maybe an old lantern hanging off a nail, an old oil lantern, kerosene lantern or something. And as you kind of peer in, it goes.
I don't really want to play peekaboo though.
And it goes.
That's fucking creepy.
I mean, Nancy's intrigued. She's like, that's kind of cool in a creepy way, right?
I mean, it is somewhat fascinating, but
You're a scientist. You're a scientist, right? So
Scientists aren't
not
fucking
this kind.
engineers.
There's a lot of different STEM fields.
I mean, not in the 90s. You're lucky you can be a scientist in the 90s, I think. So good for you.
What kind of scientist
So-
is she?
Yeah, I'm pretty privileged. That's the start of feminism right now.
Yeah.
What
So
kind
you
of
know about like girls? You know about girl science, like ovaries and shit, right? Like that's kind
What kind of
ovary
scientist
I mean,
is
that's
she?
like a base. What kind of scientist am I?
Yeah.
I
Well,
was
yeah.
on like pharmaceuticals.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh,
Yeah,
drugs.
pharmaceuticals.
Na-
Yeah.
Nancy's into it.
So
It's like okay.
Can you-
Nancy's gonna go in because she's fucking sadist and she's interested.
oh my, Nancy, you should wait for.
What the boys? It's like as
Well,
soon
we
as
don't have car keys or anything. If something were to happen, like we don't
Nancy-
have weapons.
Nancy has an issue when you say you can't do it. She just marches in and starts. It's just like
Is there anything lying around the barn on the outside that I can pick up to use as a weapon potentially?
There's maybe
Like part of the rusted tractor or something?
A rake.
there's maybe a plank of wood.
I'll grab that just so I have something that's gonna dry rot and crack immediately when I swing it.
Okay, so you grab that as Nancy. Yeah, so Nancy's just going striding straight into the barn.
she kind of has to for a certain reason. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
She just goes in and she's like, oh, just come on, like we're better than the boys. We're strong. Sick as all women, so we're gonna do it. And then
Okay, so
then
Sick as a god. That's an adjective.
If you wanna be dead, you gotta go in that barn.
So you go. So Nancy, you go
What
inside.
are you
You go
doing
inside the
going
barn.
in
So
there? You
as-
fucking mental.
as soon as you do, you kind of go and like sort of tries to turn round as best it can, smashing one of the stalls as it turns. It's way clear too big to be in here, and kind of crouches in the corner.
okay, so it's like mine, I guess. Is Nancy good at charades?
I think it wanted to play peekaboo Nancy.
I mean, yeah, but I'm also thinking like, I'm gonna try and talk to him, but like, oh, hey, I'm Nancy. What's your name? And see if it responds.
It's trying to tell you that it's hiding in here. That's what it's trying to tell you.
I know, but I'm just seeing if it's like, is it like giggling? Like,
It doesn't make any sound. The only sound it makes is like it's like its joints.
Mechanical sounds.
Mechanical sounds and its joints creak as it moves.
Can I
But
like?
it doesn't
I'm
make
gonna-
any sound other than that.
I'm gonna pretend to like look around, like, oh no, where is he? There's no one here.
Like with a
And
baby.
then see if.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
like,
you
it's
can-
like, oh no.
And you hear this like this rattling sound. You're looking over and it's kind of like shaking as if it's laughing.
I do that for like a minute or two, and then I will go and find him and like, poke him, like, oh, found you.
And I go that. It points at you.
Oh,
What's
Thanks,
Erica doing?
Is he connected to anything?
Is it connected? No, they don't seem to be. It doesn't seem to be connected. So whether it's a robot or it's a drone.
Give me 1 second.
come on, scientist.
I don't trust the internet in the 90s. There's definitely a weirdo on the other side of that thing.
It wasn't much
Yeah.
internet in 1997, like very, very little.
All I remember
those
is-
who were on the internet at that stage were weirdos.
I was on the internet, but I was playing Neopets.
Yeah.
So,
I was
Yeah.
playing Age of
That's
Empires
point
competitively
proven.
in
Point
1997.
proven.
I played Age of
Can
Empires.
I walk
competitively.
up to it?
Yeah, you can walk. You want to walk up to it? Yeah, of course you can.
And can I ask it if it knows me?
Ooh. All right, I see what you're saying. So it looks gives you a kind of a puzzled look as best it can with the limited expressions it's got, and it points at you and goes, and points at Nancy. Goes,
Okay, I will hide in a stall.
okay. What's Nancy doing?
She's gonna hide, but she's trying to look if there's anything like of value in her, like like old tools or something. So she'll spend a little bit of time trying to pretend to hide to see if there's anything.
Okay.
Cool.
So while you're pretending to hide, it kind of kind of crouches in the doorway, hiding its face. But yeah, you find you're looking around. There's nothing. It's just junk in here. There's nothing in here. Nothing of value. Nothing of use. Anything that might have been here has been cleared. Must have been cleared out long ago.
You guys didn't tell her what the count took.
I mean, you're not. Hey, you're busy looking at the house. We're playing peekaboo with the giant robot. So
you're not playing peekaboo. You're playing hide and go seek. Fucking dickhead.
Oh, do you know what? I'm gonna shoot myself later for making that mistake.
I think we got the better end of this deal.
Okay, so
you did as well.
yeah, so it's kind of like this for a while, and then it like looks up and starts looking around, and it's going to see if it let's do a check.
Peekaboo.
And it sort of stomps over like scarily fast straight towards Erica, and points it almost like hitting you, with its arm, catches the edge of the stall, and the wood just like splinters and shatters.
Whoa, you're really good at this game.
And then it kind of starts looking around for Nancy. What are you doing, Erica?
Do you ever give piggyback rides?
Okay. And it kind of goes like as if it's creeping on tiptoe, like just smashing through the stalls that it's going in, like just walking straight through things. Looking for Nancy, and just walks straight past her, almost stands on you, and then turns around and brings down like the like part of the hayloft above it, as it tries to stand up.
Yeah.
And then he turns around, looks at you, Erica.
Do I know where Nancy hid?
Yeah, you can see. I mean, you saw this robot or whatever it is just almost stand on her.
You can. She just gives you that. She gives them like the expression is like fear. Like.
I'll just climb back to the robot.
Well, you pointing where Nancy is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Thanks.
right. Right, good. And he turns around and goes,
I act surprised. I'm like, oh no, you caught me. We I'm trying to think how to get a prize off him. It's like, what about one more round, and then if you win, what I love how Erica's like, what? Maybe you can give us a gift, or we can give you a gift if you win or we lose.
Maybe we can play outside.
Yeah, like
where the roof isn't gonna come down.
Yeah, for the final round, but not near our car. Not near the car.
It kind of, when you say about going outside, it kind of frowns and suddenly like steps back and blocks the door.
Oh, okay. So,
like blocks you from getting out.
Yeah, blocks you stop. Yeah, kind of blocks the way out. I mean, you could try and get past it if you wanted.
Shit.
We have more friends that we can play with, though, and they're waiting outside.
Yeah, big hide and seek friends.
Okay,
like
so it kinda-
crazy hide and seek people.
It slowly shakes its head and like kind of a angry frown on its face.
He really doesn't want
shit.
to go outside, eh?
It's another sex pest. We've just gone from we've come from what? We've gone from certain sex pests to other sex pests, like in real life.
Are there any other parts of the barn that are like cracked open that we could squeeze through?
There is, so some part of the back wall is kind of some of the panels have fallen away, so you can maybe squeeze through there.
Probably smash through it. It'll be all rotted and fucked. Looks pretty bad. Like
I'm gonna whisper to Eric. I'm like, why don't we get him to tell him to count to 10 and we'll hide and we'll sneak out. So can we?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So if we motion, so can we motion to him like count to 10
so
and hide, and then we'll hide.
So you're saying this, are you? This is what you're saying.
I'm saying it, but I'm acting it out with like hands and stuff, like so that he can maybe understand if he doesn't.
No, I mean, but what you're saying to Erica, you're saying that to Erica about like we can pretend and. Yes, you do.
Yeah, but in like a real like.
He kind of like his eyes flare, kind of go red, and he goes to grab you.
Shit.
I was gonna do it in Pig Latin, so it's like. Are you? I don't know, Pig Latin.
So yeah, he goes to grab you with his huge like comic like gloved hands. So you can try and dodge if you want.
Is that for me or for Eric?
For Nancy. Because it heard you. So if you can either fight back, so you can try and attack it, and if you beat it, if you get more successes than it does, then you get to hurt it. Potentially, or try and hurt it, or you can dodge out the way of it.
Try and get away.
And it works the same way.
Yeah, I'll do. So that's agility to dodge, right? Because my agility is.
So that's agility versus its strength.
Okay. I got whatever. I got a success.
You got a success. Okay. Right, and then you just so it's gonna roll. It's gonna roll its strength.
Well, that's
a lot of dice.
That's a lot of dosage.
Okay, so it goes to try and grab you. You kind of duck out of the way, and where you kind of reaches out and tries to grab you, and just smashes through one of the walls, punches a hole in the wall where it like reached out to try and grab you. But you kind of dodge to kind of throw yourself to one side.
Get through that door.
So there's a hole. There's
another hole. You could possibly squeeze through the hole, but by dodging, you lose your next action.
Okay.
Your next turn. So what's Erica doing?
Fuck, like I know, man. This is wild.
Run away.
In fact, meanwhile, in the house, so you two are kind of searching the house from top to bottom. It seems to be abandoned. The back door is open, and it looks like animals have been. There's like raccoons or whatever else have been in here. But maybe there'll be something salvageable, something you can. Something useful here, and so both of you can make one of you can take the lead and the other one can assist, unless you want to go into separate parts of the house. So you can either go into separate parts of the house and both make a roll.
No, I'm trying to impress.
Stay together.
I'm trying to impress Francis, so I'm going to help him.
Hey, William.
Yeah.
You're a kid, right? You've seen Scooby-Doo.
I'm a young man. I'm 16.
You've seen Scooby-Doo, right?
Yeah.
So this is the part where we go into the spooky house and we separate. We're gonna split up and search for clues.
But in Scooby-Doo,
Shaggy and Scooby are away into the barn, and
Daphne and Velma, okay. We're like, we're fine.
Hey, what here? You're not in the house, so you can't hear this conversation. You're not in this scene, all right? So please step off stage because you're not fucking here. Fuck off.
Right.
I'm
so,
offended. I'm offended and impressed at
If
the same time.
If Francis suggests that we should split up, then I'll split up. Like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, we should split up, cover more ground. With my wrench.
Yeah, you know I'm right. And then we split up and we search for clues.
Okay, so in which case, can you both make a wits roll?
Yep.
Success for both of us.
Success for both of you. Okay, right. So, in which case, so who's taking the upstairs and who's taking the downstairs?
I'll go upstairs.
You're going to go upstairs? Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're kind of going through room to room, and like I said, it looks like plenty of people have been through here. Probably cleared the place out. Looks like people have been rough sleeping in here. But against all odds, you find a. At first, you think your foot's going to go through the floor, but it's just a loose floorboard, and underneath this floorboard, you find an old kind of like tobacco tin.
Ooh.
And in the tobacco tin, you find 1d6 times $10.
Wow.
And Francis, you in the kitchen, in one of the cupboards, in the back corner of one of the cupboards in the kitchen, you find 1d6 cans of food.
Oh, nice.
That still
nice.
appear to be edible. So it's 2 cans of food.
Very nice.
So that's each can is enough food, minimum amount of food for somebody for a day.
Fuck, I was really hoping for a 6 there.
That would be handy.
I found some dollars though.
Well, I suppose. Yeah, fucking all the shops that we're going to be able to spend those in.
That's the thing. It's apocalypse. Money is so useless in apocalypses.
I know. Give us one of those, and I wipe my ass with it and hand it back to him.
I'll drop
Thanks, dude.
Okay.
No,
so,
what are you dropping it for? I thought we needed that.
Okay, I'll reduce my $86 to 85. Thanks for that. For wiping your ass on my fucking money. Asshole. I hate you. I hate this guy even more. I hate it. I already hate Chris's character. He's a bully. A fucking bully.
I'm not. It's not bullying. It's character building.
Yeah, sure.
I reckon that raises at least somebody's tension with. Okay, so.
You're
so,
right. It
yeah,
does.
So what you doing?
You're right. It does. I'm putting my tension up to him with too because he's a fucking bully.
Ooh. Oh yeah. So now, yeah, it's clear. So that's out in the open now. What how you feel about Francis? It's kind of bubbling over that you can't sort of hide it anymore.
That's good, kid. Harness that anger.
You're a dick.
Oh, steely with that fucking tongue, boy.
So meanwhile, in the barn, what's Erica doing?
So, Erica has a neurocaster in her equipment,
Yeah, she does have a neurocaster. Yes.
and under actions, it shows avatar communication and hacking. Would either of those
it does,
be
yeah.
applicable?
So the three that kind of do three things with a neurocaster. When you're in neurospace, you can gather information, you can hack, and you can interact with in some way with other avatars in neurospace.
Is it theoretically possible to hack this robot?
It is indeed theoretically possible to hack this robot. Yes.
Erica will pull out her neurocaster and equip it and attempt to hack.
Okay, so you you put this on, and you are instantly taken into neurospace, into like this virtual world. There's not like handcrafted space here, so you kind of got like a vague impression of your surroundings, and you can see this robot. It's so you can sit with the Neurocaster on. You can see this is a drone, so somebody else is controlling this somewhere. I mean, they could be on the other side of the planet, but yeah, it's not a robot. This is a drone, so a person is controlling this. But yeah, you can attempt to hack it. So when you're doing things in the neurospace with the Neurocaster helmet on, anytime if you fail a check, you will gain bliss. And if your bliss goes above your hope, then you become trapped. You become enamored by the electric state and trapped inside.
That's you.
And so you can't voluntarily leave it.
That's you a junkie now. Aye, basically.
Cool.
Now, it's possible to save you from it. You can recover from it and what have you. But yeah, without you can't. You're essentially, at least for the moment, trapped inside. But yeah, so if you want to hack it, you can attempt to hack this drone and take control of it, or shut it down. It's entirely. What do you want to do?
I want to try and hack it.
To take control of it, or shut it down, or you could like I say, you could hack it to take control of it, to shut it down, to block this other user from controlling it. It's entirely up to you.
To take control of it.
Okay.
Could she theoretically, if she hacked it, find out who the person that's controlling it is?
That would be another thing. Might be able to trace the user, possibly. But yeah, they literally could be on the other side of the planet. Highly unlikely that they're going to be anywhere nearby.
Do it for girl power. Find out if it's one of the Spice Girls controlling it.
So first thing you need to do is you go to your gear tab and you want to equip. So there's like a little head icon underneath the equip thing, and you need to click on that to equip it. And then once you've got your Neurocaster equipped, you need to the little cog symbol is the hacking attempt. So when you make a hacking attempt, it uses wits, and for hacking, it uses the network stat of your Neurocaster. Processing power is used for gathering information. Network is used for hacking, and graphics, the graphics power of it is used for interacting with avatars.
2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. So you can do with the extra success. You can add something extra onto it. You can do it with style. You can do it faster than normal. You can come up with some bonus to if you want. You don't have to, but you can come up with some bonus to your success.
I want to hack it. And so hold on. The longer that I use this Neurocaster, I gain more bliss, and I'm potentially.
So the more skill, the more checks you make, the more chance there is of you gaining bliss. Because every time you fail a check, you gain bliss. Sometimes depending on where you are in the Neuroscape, like if you're in like a handcrafted Neuroscape that's really realistic, some Neuroscapes can automatically cause you to gain bliss because they're just so realistic and so effective. Yeah, so good. But generally, if you lose every time you fail a skill check, you will gain bliss.
Okay, so could I theoretically hack this robot when I'm hacking it? Kind of Trojan virus the current user so they can't rehack it?
You can indeed. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. So yeah, you hack into the control unit of this drone, taking over the manual control of it, but also sending a virus back down the network, and totally like freezing out, burning out this guy's connection to the drone.
Perfect. And I want it to pop up and say "Domo arigato" every time he tries to.
But yeah, as taking control of the drone, you find it becomes apparent that the speech mechanism of this drone is broken, which is why it wasn't able to speak.
So it should be able to speak, but it just can't.
Yeah, but yeah, at the moment you have full control of this drone, as if it was an extension of your own body.
I'm gonna squeeze Nancy. I'm just kidding. It was all a hoax. I wasn't your friend. No, I'm gonna put her down.
Oh shit.
I was gonna say I might have to add quite a lot of tension points for that. I think if you try and kill me.
Or actually, I'll have it pick me up too gently, and then it can walk us out.
Yep. So let me see. So
Nancy's like, what the fuck?
This doesn't use gas though.
So let me see. So these are the stats of the thing.
Good work though, bro. Told you the think is back, so we don't have to think anymore because we've got Brew back.
But yeah, so you kind of like I said, this robot or whatever it is lunges at you, tries to grab you, Nancy, and instead it misses. You dodge out of the way. It smashes through the side of the barn with its fist, and then it kind of freezes for a moment. And you see Erica like putting on the dirty Neurocaster.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not like that keen on it, but
and then like I say, the robot or the drone, it freezes for a moment, and then it kind of stands up, well, as best it can, maybe almost putting its head through the roof, and then reaches down and gently picks Erica up and walks out of the barn.
I'm gonna be like, what the stop pitting my friend. Well, no, I run over to Erica to I guess, so she can hear me talking to her, even though she's in the...
Yeah.
I'd be like, why'd you put that dirty thing on your... why'd you put the dirty thing on your head?
Because it was going to attack you, and now we have potentially an ally.
Okay. Well, I guess I can... I guess you've used it for the power of good.
That was damn easy to convince you.
Girl power.
I mean, the fact that he smashed a couple of walls when we were playing peekaboo, I think Nancy's like, that's reasonable. But she said
I'm pretty sure a child was controlling it because there was no finesse in the way they were using it.
Did you get the I guess I could ask us
did I pinpoint their IP location and triangulate where they're at? No, I didn't.
No, we just sent a virus down and totally brought them out.
Because I know triangulation was a big thing in the 90s because it was in every movie. It was like, you need to triangulate the thing.
I even enhanced the picture 5 times of where they live. Enhance.
Yeah. Because I've not done it for a bit. I'm like, well, you should do it like that movie, The Net, with Sandra Bullock. Because she yeah, you should Sandra Bullock this shit.
I was thinking Iron Giant.
Yeah. But I'm like, are you okay in there? Do you want to come out? I don't want to rip you out like you did to that guy who started bleeding.
I mean, I think I should be fine for a while. If we have an advantage here, let's see what we can maybe do with it for...
You think we're going to get this guy in the car? He's big, right? He's...
Yeah, he's too...
It can walk alongside the car. I don't know.
What about if we get roller skates and he can just hang out and just
equip the tractor tires on it?
Yes, I like it.
In
That's
the
what
movie,
Nancy's doing. She's
in the movie, they have a robot pick up their car and just walks with the car on the shoulder. It's pretty cool.
Oh, we could do that also. That's...
Yeah, it's probably too big to get in the car, but it's probably not big enough to do that.
Oh.
Chris.
Enhance.
Enhance.
I will walk us up towards the house.
Okay. Probably as you're walking up to the house, Francis and Willie are probably making the heading out, and you hear these stomping, the thud of these stomping stomping footsteps. And as you get to the door, you see this huge drone robot with got hold of Erica, holding Erica in one hand, Nancy kind of like trotting along behind it.
Oh, no, I want to hold it so the hand like we're friends.
Yeah. Okay.
Like that.
Holding on to one of his
Fingers.
fingers. Yeah.
Whoa, what's going on? What are you doing, guys?
What did you fucktards find? Like what we found.
Not as much as you, anyway. What the hell?
Like, whatever you found, give it to us or you're fucked.
I don't want a shit dollar though.
Well, William found some dollars, but other than that, there wasn't very much.
So you just found dollars?
And some food. Francis found some food.
Kicks him in the
that's
nuts.
so nice. I'd be like, oh, that's so nice. It's like...
Kicks him in the nuts. That's
I'm
it. You're not fucking getting any of this now. There's only enough fucking for 2 people, you fucking dweeb.
It's like, don't be a shit because he's more man than you. And then she kind of like plays with his bum fluff. It gives him a little tickle because she wants the food. She's like, you got
Hold
such
on.
a good, you got such a
Plays
good.
with my bum fluff.
No, he's like Willie is like little pubescent little beard that he will.
Willie doesn't have the food, you dick.
I'll grab
Oh.
Francis by his leg with the robot and just kind of shake him like I'm getting his lunch money out.
You're gonna grab.
Whoa.
Do it.
Okay, you're going to. So the drone reaches down to try and grab you with its other hand. Do you want to try and get out of the way? Do you want to try and fight back?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and evade.
Okay, give us a. So you're not trying to. So give us an agility check then, Francis, and Erica, you can roll 6 dice. Just do it from the dice tray for the agility of the drone. Because you're not trying to hurt him, so it won't be using strength. You're using agility instead.
Are you sure
She's
she's
not trying to hurt him.
hurt him? Are you sure?
Oh, failure's
Are you
all
sure
around.
about
So, no. There was a success. There was number 6 in there. I don't know why it does it. Why it's saying there's no success there. So yeah. So Erica reaches down with the other hand, grabs Francis's leg as he's trying to jump out of the way, maybe die, run back into the house, and just like picks him up, like dangling in the air, holding him by his leg.
I just give him one of them.
Start a gentle shake.
You're doing a little shake. I guess. What are you doing, Francis?
Hanging upside
well,
down like a
as I get-
dickhead. Ha ha. Ha ha.
As I'm getting shaken down, I guess my knife falls out of my pocket. So does the 2 cans of food.
Okay.
I always forget how deep men's pockets are in comparison to women's. This is a controversial issue still.
Well, I had the cans like in my
Oh,
hoodie.
you made them your own cans. Cans.
A set of cans.
Yeah. Set of cans, man.
So we might have noticed that you found something else. If you're
Yours look harder than mine right now.
It is true about men's pockets and women's pockets. Do you know why women's pockets are so small, bro?
Because they're
Sell-
sexist, man.
Fucking handbags.
To sell
Because
handbags.
you need to buy handbags.
It's to sell more handbags. Yeah, that's the real reason why women's clothes don't have pockets. It's to sell handbags.
Well, listen, I don't give 2 shits right now.
Okay, so you're shaking Francis, and like this knife drops, it clatters to the floor to these two rusty cans of food. I
I'll
imagine.
move him
Yeah.
and set him back down on the ground.
Okay.
I'll grab one of the cans of food, and bust it open.
yeah, I'm gonna grab one of the foods but share it with Erica. Because I know we need a whole can each, but I'll share it with us so we won't starve, I guess, if we eat half a can, right?
I'm gonna
Maybe.
eat.
I don't know.
I'm gonna eat 60% of the can and then give Francis a shit half back. That's what he gets for trying to hide it.
I feel like Chris is
Francis
over
is-
there increasing his tensions.
With every...
Francis,
Chris has got a
Francis
10
is
for all
going
the
to go on
of us.
hunger.
You what? Sorry, Chris.
Francis is going to go on a hunger strike and refuse to eat. And he's just going to go into the car and sulk. And he's going to start the car and not say to anyone. He's just going to start the car.
You had to get political.
Jamie,
with
what
hunger
big-
strikes,
That's
didn't you?
that's pretty much the signal. That's the signal to say, get into the car, I'm leaving, you can come with me, or you can stay here.
I better get in the car then.
That is a fucking Irish dad, right? That is some weird cultural thing.
Okay, so Francis just walks off in silence, gets into the car, starts it up, and kind of maybe revs the engine a bit to signal his intent.
I'll quietly jump in the back seat of the car and just sit with my book.
I've been talking to her for the last 10 minutes. Like, what are you naming the robot? I'm generally interested. What are you calling the robot? It's very important that we name
I don't
it.
know. I thought Joey was a nice name, but
Oh, because of the Rachel haircut, she doesn't like you again. She's like, yeah, Joey's a cool name. It's like a bit basic, but I mean, it's cool. She's Joey.
I mean, what were you thinking?
I don't know, something more cultural, like I'm trying to Deshaun.
Mel B.
Or... yeah.
So the one problem with this drone is it won't be able to keep up with the car.
Even
too
in a
fast?
full sprint.
No. I mean,
But
this
what
thing is like is pretty in a bit, it's pretty beat up anyway. But yeah, even at a run, it wouldn't keep up with. It kind of lumbers along quite slowly.
We're just
It's
curious.
Aw, I
kind of
feel-
like Iron Giant, but only 8 foot tall.
Yeah, well, it's probably about 12 feet tall. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
well,
but it's
same
not fast.
principle.
But yeah,
Also-
it's not fast.
Also, you're just stealing some kid in China's fucking toy. There's some poor kid in China that's like having it's his birthday, and he's like, "Oh look, Mom, I found some American people I can play hide and
there's
seek
some
with."
kid. There's
some
some
kid
kid
halfway
in
around the
China
world. Yeah, it's like
has one of those fucking neuro things on, and you just fucking scrambled their brain, and they're on. Oh yeah.
he's an 8-year-old
Yeah.
kid in China. Just got this for his Christmas. He's like, "Mom, Dad, there's people. I'm playing hide and seek with people.
this off.
I'm playing hide and seek with people." And then you just fucking
Bruce body
send him a
count up to
virus.
2 already.
then you just send
I
him
mean,
a virus.
I mean, no, it's either a child or it's a pervert. So we're never gonna know which one it was because you guys weren't there. Like in real life, it's always a pervert or a
You
child.
just ruined some kid's birthday
But-
party.
Or you got rid of a pervert. That's how I'm taking it.
I mean, I messaged it in the user, and they said
Pervert.
48 male China for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you literally write in chat like ASL and then
Yeah.
49?
It's the
China.
it's the 90s. That's how you introduce yourself. ASL. That's how you introduce yourself to a stranger.
ASL.
ASL.
I signed in
49,
with my Hotmail.
China.
Yeah, I signed in with my Hotmail or MSN, account, and definitely got their ASL.
You got nudged. Like the screens are going like this. Oh shit! They zoomed in there for no reason. That was good. I like that.
And they were using like bright pink font too. It was so weird.
I can still remember.
That means you know
my
it's
very
a
first day of
that
Welsh
means
for
you
the
know
extra
it's a
name.
female because only females can use pink writing.
It's
You know
90.
it's
It's
female.
1997. 90% of the women on the internet are actually men, because it's 1997.
And what do you think it is now? Because if you talk to people without a face, I think it's about the same. Just saying.
I will take off my Neurocaster and shut it down back in the barn But
Oh.
could we harvest anything of use off of these?
Ooh, now, so it is functioning. I mean, it'd take a lot of time if you wanted to like dismantle it. That'd take a lot of time. But things like drones, they use, I can't remember the name of them, but they use a specific power source that is essentially that kind of thing. That's not what it is, but it's that kind of thing.
A battery.
And they are used to so they're about the size of a thermos flask, and they're used to power drones, even right from ones this size to huge ships. It's like this really powerful power source, and they're really expensive, but also really rare now because they're not manufacturing them.
It's basically a fusion core.
Manufacturing of them is kind of shit. Yeah, it is. That's what it is, but it's not what it's called. I can't remember.
Same level of rarity, same
but
size
yeah,
of thing,
you
same
could-
function.
But it's not radioactive. You don't use. It's not radioactive.
Can we, what about if we try and like strap it? Can we not strap it to the roof of our car as like junk, or is it too heavy?
Yeah, it's too heavy. It
heavy.
just crushed the car.
We could get a trailer
but
and
yeah,
drag it with us. We could steal a trailer.
I think we'd get some eyes following our vehicle if we were towing that around.
Yeah.
Would you have to completely disassemble to get to that battery?
No. It would take it would take more than a few minutes, but you could you could access it because it has to be easily accessible to be able to like replace it if it's needed.
That's bound to be valuable.
They usually last. Yeah, they usually last for years.
I'll go up to the car and tap the window to Francis and tell him to hand crank it down. Can you wait here for a second, Francis, so we can get the battery out of this?
You're a mute. Huh? Want you back?
No.
No, you can't wait.
No, I'm not on mute.
You're back.
Francis doesn't answer you. He just like 1,000-mile stares out the window.
Listen, I'm sorry for shaking you, but it didn't seem like you were gonna share the food. We'll be a few minutes. I'll go and start disassembling.
I go with you, but I make the 90s comments. Was like, he's on his period. That was the 90s thing.
Okay.
Menstruating.
He's, I don't think metrosexual's a thing yet, but definitely the period thing was common.
Metrosexual.
Okay,
was
so
about
it takes-
2010.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm ahead of my time, you know, with my Cherokee 5%.
Always,
but-
mate, always.
Okay, so it takes about. So you know how to do this. You got. It maybe takes a little bit longer because you're having to make kind of use what's to hand to access it. Normally, you need a set of tools. So it
says I have tools in my gear.
All right, okay. In which case, it takes you about instead of an hour or more, with a risk of damaging it. It takes about half an hour to remove this thing. I can't remember. I'll look at what they're called, but I can't remember what it is offhand. It's like I say, it's about the size of a thermos flask, but these things are worth a hell of a lot of money. I mean, being able to sell it is another thing. I mean, even though it's worth a lot of money, your everyday person isn't. It's going to be of no use to them, or wouldn't have the money, that kind of money. But if you can find the right person to hawk it to,
Kind of thing you have to find a buyer for, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If you can find a buyer for it, you could potentially get quite a bit of money for it.
Still well worth
At the size that it is it reasonable to add it to my gear, or do we have to carry it like in the car?
You could. I mean, like I said, it's like about this big. It's about the size of a thermos flask. So, I mean, have you got? I don't think you've got a backpack or anything.
Surely she does, though, because a Neurocaster's a big fucking thing. That's bigger than a thermos flask.
They usually have like carry straps.
To keep that.
Yeah, they usually have carry straps, or they have like custom like backpack things for them as well. Okay, so you like I say, it takes about half an hour to remove this power source, this battery. It is probably getting on to like almost 3:30 in the afternoon by that time. And so then you get into, you finally all clamber into the car, maybe sitting in a bit of uncomfortable silence, tensions running a little bit high. And Nancy, you notice that your bag with all your books in, it looks like somebody's been messing with it. It's
What?
unfastened. And looking inside, you are surprised. And then kind of I guess you all see the colour drain from Nancy's face as she's looks into this bag where she keeps all these books and pulls out this one book. You pull out this book of yours that's called Assuming Names, A Con Artist's Masquerade. So this is your book, but it shouldn't be in your bag because you left this when you fled, when you ran.
Uh-huh.
And kind of opening it up, you find that most of the pages have been torn out. And scrawled across the center, the remaining center pages, it says, "Come home or else." And we'll leave it there.
Oh.
Wow. I'll write that for notes. Come home or else.
We are not done though, because at the end of every session, we have to do a development phase.
Oh, yeah, like Forbidden Lands, do your XP at the end of the session.
Yep. Indeed. Let me see, where are we? I've got to find it now in the rules. Go check. Got it here somewhere. Here we are, development. Okay, so after each game session, each player in turn has to tell the group how their traveler, or if and how their traveler has acted towards their dream or their flaw, or both, at least once during the session. And then it is down to the judgment of the other players to see if they agree.
Okay.
So who wants to go first?
I'll go first. So, my dream is to belong, which is to just find some people who accept me for who I am, and who will just stick with me and won't abandon me for their Neurocasters.
Before you continue, it doesn't mean that you have to complete your dream. It just means
Work towards it.
Working towards it in some way.
Well, I think I've went some way towards building some relationships with these three people today, so I've went some way towards finding a group where I belong. And my flaw is being overeager. And I guess we were still discussing what we were going to do about that truck, and I got bored and just ran out and just decided to go and do something. So that was me being overeager. So that was me. I played to the dream and to the flaw today, I would say.
Okay, so it is now up to the table to decide if they agree that you have followed your dream and or your flaw.
I think so.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right, okay, so the effect of that is then you choose one of your where are we? Let me see. Then you choose one of your 4 attributes that best represents what you feel you have learned during the session. It does not have to be something that has happened on camera, kind of thing, if you understand. It can be, you can narrate some reason. So basically you choose a stat and you tell us why, what you have learnt relating to that stat. for that ability score
Well,
to justify how you have learned something.
I've physically attacked a man today, so I would say strength. I've learned how to hit a man with a weapon.
Okay, and like I say, it doesn't have to be actually something that has happened and you made a check for. It can be something, so long as you can come up with a narrative reason for it that everybody agrees with. That's fine.
Okay.
But you can go with strength if you want. It's fine. That's totally fine.
And what does that mean? I upgrade my strength?
So what that means is that you then roll 1d6.
Yep.
And if the result is higher than your current score, then the attribute increases by 1 point.
Yay! So my strength goes up to a 3.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet.
If you fail, you still get something. So you get something either way, regardless of whether you fail to make the roll or not. So if you fail, instead of your ability score increasing, you get to pick a new talent. But unlike the ability score, the new talent must relate to something that happened in the game.
Okay. Well, I've increased my strength.
Right. Okay. Who wants to go next?
I can go.
Okay. So how have you worked towards your dream or exploited your flaw? So the flaw, it must be done potentially at the risk, putting other people at risk.
Yeah, so I would say my dream was understand human nature. And I think the only way I probably did this was by perceiving the relationship between Francis and Willie, where he had him siphon gas, which seemed a little excessive. But then trying to use that same type of humor with the robot and shaking Francis, and it didn't pan out the same. So I'm trying to figure out human interaction a little bit better, and apparently it's not going great.
Okay, so that's for the table to decide.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Failure is the path of a journey. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta make mistakes. Like, if you were learning how to talk to people, you know, you're gonna have a lot of times where you'll be like Martin, where you'll say things that you shouldn't say, and then from saying those things that you shouldn't say, unlike Martin, you realize
you learn and you get better.
Not say them.
And
I tried to use your character's humor on your character, and it didn't work.
Yeah. I like it.
So fair enough. I think everybody agrees with that, and so you can pick one of your ability scores and tell us what you have learned why you've learned something, what and how you've learned something. It doesn't, like I say, it doesn't have to be something that actually happened in the game. It can be something that happened off camera.
I'd probably just say empathy to kind of go with that same vein of learning the human interaction.
Okay, yeah, makes sense. Okay, so you roll a d6, and if you roll higher than your current score...
What if it's the same?
It has to be higher. So that's not higher then.
No, it's the same.
Okay, so instead of increasing your tribute, you can choose a new trait, a new talent instead. Let me see. I think the talents listed in the.
I managed to draw blood with a cocktail stick. I was just sitting fidgeting with a cocktail stick, snapping it and stuff, and I've cut myself. Bad enough to draw blood with a cocktail stick.
Talents 56.
it's because you're a vegan, so you're not very strong.
Right, let me just get you. I'll get you a list of talents.
The species.
I would beat either of you two up with one hand.
With a bit of broccoli, yeah, go for it.
I'd probably beat you with it, diabetic.
Oh, all right, steroids, calm down.
Okay,
All right, steroid cock.
Tell me more.
I'll put it into the game channel in Discord. There's an image of the list, all the talents you can choose from. But so you have to. So let you choose a motive, but you have to choose something that relates to something that did actually happen in the game.
Why don't you choose autism so you can be like Chris?
Nobody would choose to be like Chris.
Whoa.
I think I'll choose hacker.
Okay, cool.
Makes sense.
So I'll put hacker on your character. Add hacker talent to your character. 1 second.
Oh my gosh, there's a talent called drama queen.
Why is that?
There is, yeah.
I've not looked at the talents yet.
I'm just having a quick look.
Okay, so yeah, so you now got the
Francis
hacker
is the
talent,
hacker.
which gives you a +2 dice when using Neurocaster to hack.
Nice, very nice. I'm familiar with
Okay,
the
so
talents
who-
because they work in the same way as the Forbidden Lands ones, don't they?
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm
it's a little
familiar.
a bit simplified compared to, but yeah, similar idea. Yeah. So who's going next, Chris or mine?
If we're going in
I'll
screen
let
order,
Chris-
it's Chris next.
No,
I'll let- I'm
Nancy,
happy to-
Nancy,
Okay.
Nancy, ladies first.
Okay.
Oh, he has a point.
Fair
So
enough.
how has Nancy worked towards her goal, or exploited a flaw, or both?
Well, I did mine because they didn't know what my flaw was, but do I have to tell them my flaw, or do they?
You can, yeah. No, it's not really a secret, so yeah, you can tell them the flaw. Yeah, well, they need to know it to be able to judge whether you can.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, so my flaw is anytime someone tells me what to do, I have to rebel and do the opposite. So that was me. I didn't succeed in managing to drive the car, but I did try. And then when you told me not to go in the barn, I was like, I'm going in the barn.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely then. You definitely get your XP for that then.
And then the other one for the dream was my dream. I can tell them the dream, right? That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah. That's fine.
Nancy wants to write the great American novel, so which is the other reason she wanted to go in the barn, because she does want a story out of the whole thing. Plus, she likes a little bit of the drama, I think, because she's trying to, like, you know, trying to do that. So there you go.
The drama.
So in your book,
Oh,
you're
no.
writing that it was a 49 male from China that tried to assault us.
Yeah, I'd be like yeah, it was, and it was like we're not going to say it's the peekaboo game. It was like some aggressive sex chess. I'm gonna sex chess.
Chapter 1.
Sex chess.
Revenge
Yeah.
of the Red.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do people think of that?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so again, so you can choose one of your ability scores and give us a narrative of what you've learnt relating to that ability score. It doesn't have to be something that happened in the game. It can be off camera.
Yeah, I think it'll probably be her wit, because like she's, you know, that's how she lives by, and that's what she was trying to do. Like she's not in a like trying to outsmart anyone, but she's a loner, so she's, you know, so I'd say wit.
Okay, so roll d6, and you have to roll over your current wit score.
Okay. Oh well, I can't do that then because I already have 6 for wit.
Oh
there's
right,
no
so
way.
yeah,
Pick
no, so
something
you maybe
else
want to.
Pick something
Yeah.
else.
Choose something else. I guess empathy, because I felt like I was trying to figure out some of the other characters, like especially the little boy and the female and Francis. So I'll go for
Okay.
empathy.
Okay, so roll d6. If you roll over it, you can increase your empathy by 1. If you don't, then you get to choose a talent.
Hey.
Oh yeah. So your
Oh, that-
empathy goes up by 1.
Oh, cool. So I now have an empathy of 4. Like
Nice.
in real life, I have an empathy of 4, which is above average, Chris.
And Chris.
I love that.
Enhance.
Enhance.
Enhance, zoom in and enhance. Right. So, I think that I work towards my flaw is when I'm faced with a tough decision, especially that involves the group, I freeze. That's why I sat in the car when Erica got attacked.
Ah, that
think
makes
you're
sense.
speaking Chris. Nah, I
That
thought you were
makes
speaking
sense.
yourself.
I thought you were just
Yeah.
being a dick as
Nah.
well. Yeah.
I knew that it was happening. Francis had observed that it was happening, but he was trying to ignore it and try and like not look like he was stuck. So yeah, that's pretty much
Cool.
Yep.
I will say to Chris, I did like the back and forth of me and your character in the car. I do think that was very
It
good.
was really good.
role-playing.
I did really like.
I
I
thought
really enjoyed
it was
that. Actually.
it was very funny. Yeah.
So does anybody kill? I don't think anybody contests that. I think
No,
that's pretty,
absolutely, you can have that.
No.
Okay, so Chris, you can choose one of your ability scores. Tell us what you've learnt, and then make a roll. If people think you've justified it.
I have increased my wits by realizing that Erica is a strong and powerful woman, and I have learned a lot from my experience with being with someone in that position.
Excellent. So roll a d6. If you roll over your current wits score, you can increase it by 1. If you don't, then you get to pick another talent instead.
Sweet. Get my fucking D6 up. Does meet it beat it?
Nope.
No. It's got to be more.
Oh,
So
shit.
so instead, you can pick another talent. But unlike the ability score, the talent does have to relate to something that you did actually do in the game during the session.
Oh yeah, I forgot that they're giving something that never happened. Oh shit. Right. And you listed it in Discord, didn't you?
Yeah, it's in the game channel in Discord. Yeah.
It's pretty fun there. There's some fun ones.
It's good because
I was looking at intuition, so the DM has to give you help, but I don't know if that would be applicable to yours.
In the dust.
Definitely machine gunner. You used a machine gun today.
Yeah. Yeah, so like gamer, I was like, yeah, we played a Game Boy, right? Briefly in this.
Wait, you're telling me there's no siphoner talent?
What, sucking talent?
Horse sucker.
Mouth skills.
I want to take con artist because I did a prank on William.
Uh-huh.
So I got a +2 on my empathy rolls.
Okay. Everybody okay with that? Yeah. Okay.
I literally, out of all of those things, that is the only thing.
You could have done driver. You were a great driver.
Yeah, you could drive the whole thing.
Yeah, but maybe I don't want to drive anymore after this. Maybe
after you ran over that body.
Maybe I'm gonna go on a solo mission. Did everyone see the car that I drew? And all of us in it.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
So we're in con artist. Okay.
Very proud of you.
For a minute, I was like, is Phil trying to draw us a map? And I was like, I know that Banksy artwork. That ain't fucking Phil. I know who that is.
Okay, so there's one final thing to do. So one of the other things you can do when developing your character is you can overcome your flaw. So at some point during the journey, during the whole thing, you can overcome your flaw by confronting it in a manner so that it fundamentally changes your traveler for good. So you simply when you're trying to overcome your flaw, you simply state this during this this debriefing thing, if you like, after the session, and it's the same thing. You justify a reason why you've overcome your flaw, and if people agree that you've overcome your flaw, then you immediately make 3 improvement checks.
Ooh.
Instead of just 1. Your flaw is removed, but after you've done that, you can't improve your character anymore.
Oh, so it's like a final
So
improvement.
you have, so you have to try and time it for when you want to do that.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So you need to, so you want to do it late on the journey, but not too late that it's completely pointless.
Are we going to know when it's late in the journey?
So there are 3. So the journey is made up of 3 stops, and each stop is like a self-contained story.
Right.
Okay. So the idea, I meant to talk about this before. So the idea is, you get to a stop where it's like essentially a mini scenario. You could get there and you could just drive off.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea is not to do that. It's to kind of engage with it and do the thing. And there's no rush. You take your time, because the other thing is like doing these things and the journey and the bits in between. Because when you actually get to the destination, that's it. That's the end.
Yeah.
There's no big finale. That's it. You just narrate
get
a little
there and that's the end. Yeah.
epilogue. Yeah. So you never actually do the thing that you're going to do. It's just
You just arrive.
it's the getting there.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, you arrive there, and then it's kind of like this is the rolling credits.
You're
An epilogue.
telling me there's no final boss? I don't get to blow up the Sentinel outpost and fucking become king of the electric state?
No.
Joey's gonna come back to haunt us in another bar.
But yeah, but there's like there's 3 stops in this journey. There's 3 stops.
Okay.
And between the stops, the encounters, which is what. So the 2 things we've done so far are the encounters. So we haven't actually got to on the stops yet.
Right. Okay.
Oh, so we've got a long time.
Cool.
So each stop takes about 3-4 sessions,
Okay. Sweet.
depending.
I didn't get over my floor because she didn't get the car.
I
And,
didn't go over
yeah,
my floor. Yeah.
I did. Not yet. Yeah.
Anything else?
So the overcoming the floor thing. You don't automatically do it. You just you get when you
You have
want
to decide you're
to
doing
try
it.
and do it. Then you have to you have to argue the case that you've done it.
Oh yeah, I couldn't argue mine yet.
But
Like
something I would say when I've run this before, people were really hesitant about disagreeing with people. When they said, "Oh, like I've done this, so I should," and didn't want at first they didn't want to like say, "No, we don't think that's right." But you shouldn't do it if you think it's not right. It's not nothing. It's not bad. Nothing.
Oh
bad.
yeah, we won't be shy to fucking shut each other down
Yeah.
when
I'm
we.
gonna call
yeah.
Martin out. Martin's never overcoming his flaw of
same,
not
yeah,
doing what he's
same.
not told.
Yeah, same for Chris.
Like, I'm going to do what I want to do anyway. There's a knife on the floor. I should pick it up, and he doesn't. Oh,
So is it does it have to be unanimous or just majority?
Unanimous, really.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
kind of. So if
So
it's
Chris
not
can fuck over Martin forever.
Eventually.
I mean, you can fuck me up forever, but I'll just call you all homophobic on the internet for a long time.
Other thing about
oh no, you're ableist.
So other thing about your flight, you don't have to succumb. You don't have to just because Martin's character's thing. If somebody tells her what to do, then she does the opposite. You don't have to do that every time. But if you want to get
If you want to drive
the development, yeah. And it's got, like I said, it's not just about doing it. You have to do it in a way that puts other people the other characters at risk.
Mm-hmm. Has to have negative connotations or a risk. Yeah. Got
Yeah,
it.
it has to be a negative effect. Otherwise, it don't. Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
It's, otherwise, you can just say, "I'm doing this." It don't really have an effect. But yeah. So, but yeah, that's everything. So
Sweet.
we do this at the end of every session.
Nice. Let's do the thing then. Let's do the wrap up, and then we can do the Twitch raids. Okay, thank you very much, Phil. That was fun. I can't wait to do the next session. It's great to have this group back together. Brew, it's great to have you back. It's amazing to have you back. I can't express how happy I am that the gang's all back together. It's amazing. Chris, thank you very much for streaming us to your Twitch audience. Thanks, guys, on Chris's channel for watching. Appreciate you. Martin, thank you very much, as always. See you next weekend for some more. Our gaming tomorrow has been postponed. And Phil, thank you very much for the session. I really, really appreciate it. And thanks for
You're
putting
most
us out to
welcome.
your Twitch audience as well. I very, very much appreciate it. And to the viewers catching it in about a week's time on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you're following these guys on Twitch, and you can watch us play live there as well. I am RxOliver. This is the gang. This was Into the Dust for Electric State Session 1. Thank you very much for watching.